the blockchain breeze. He's live every day, decode the mazes. JJ's cryptic corner, where the coins keep turning. Log in now, the future's burning. JJ's cryptic corner, JJ's cryptic corner. Pixels glow, charts flow, crypto whispers, secrets show. He cracks the code on this winding road. JJ's cryptic corner, JJ's cryptic corner, JJ's cryptic corner, JJ's cryptic corner, JJ's cryptic. Tune in, lean back, grab your coffee, hit the track. JJ's live, don't be late. Cryptic wisdom, seal your fate. JJ's cryptic.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Happy Friday, guys. Today is Friday. Super stoked that I don't have to go to work tomorrow and that I got paid today. Hey, what's going on, guys? Let's take a look. Bitcoin currently trading at $70,030.52. Let's go refresh our liquidation heat map and see where we're at. Looking good. I've peeped, what the heck? A theory about what happened. And I'm very excited. 12 hour? Yeah. No. Get out of here. Do I really have to create an account now? That's crazy. Let's go to 24. 24 is fine. Okay. 69,554. 69,554. Everybody wants an account, man. That's crazy. That's crazy. And then up above, we've got 70,784. Wow, that's awfully tight. Am I crazy? We're on a 4-hour time frame, right? Wow. I'm going to go all the way down right here, 64,437. Big move today. Nice rebound out of Bitcoin, alts, the stock market, everything. The Dow Jones industrial average, 72,732. Hit 50K for the first time ever. All signs point towards expansion. Now, the theory that I've seen. Yeah, Philly, we're back. The theory that I saw recently that has me a little bit excited is that yesterday was entirely due to a non-crypto, like hedge fund kind of situation, basically imploding and forced to sell their Ourbit Bitcoin ETFs, which eventually, because it's 1-to-1, caused cascading sell-off on Bitcoin. And what's crazy about that is we won't know for a month and a half. I believe they have up to 45 days to report that sell-off. So it's going to be a little while before we know if that is what actually happened. Obviously, it's just speculation, just an idea. So, who said it? What's going on, Kwame? Crypto Spaces, Gourmet Brand, Saeed, Giovanni, Philly. Appreciate you guys. Crypto Spaces, Ben Cowan has been correct. However, the issue that I have is that he is just perfectly quoting this gentleman who made this lovely post in 2023. And the October 2025 is from this guy. And you will never convince me that Ben Cowan did not see this and base his entire thesis off of this. My other issue is that in the past, Ben Cowan insisted that the 4-year cycle was worthless and that it only ever played out once. Now suddenly it's played out every single time, and he has data to back that up. So I'm a little wishy-washy on him. I appreciate the guy. I respect him. He's smart. He's a smart fella. but I'm gonna take his data with as much value and conviction as everybody else's. Bitcoin dominance 59.3. We broke below 59 for a brief moment, came up, and we're now retesting 59.5. If we do reject that, we got a chance to get below 59, and then maybe we come back and reject 59 and eventually break down below 57. Would be ideal. Guys, I got good news. I contacted my internet service provider. I remember I told you guys that they sent me new hardware? I lied. Or they lied. Apparently they didn't. I was told that they did, and they wrote down in my file that they did, but they never actually sent it. So I spoke with a lovely woman last night, and she said, I'm sending it right now, and it's expected tomorrow. So that's exciting. My internet will be a little bit faster. The stream should be less ruggy. But until then, we're waiting. Crypto Spaces said, well, I expected a relief to 105, and we didn't get that, lol. I'm shocked we dropped so fast. Oh yeah, dude, that was unprecedented. Everyone's kind of shocked. We're all flabbergasted. I do feel a little bit vindicated, because obviously, you know, I'm alarmed because I don't know what's going on. Everybody else is alarmed. They don't know what's going on. It's nice to see other people in the space who I respect their opinion of say, I have no idea what's going on. That makes me feel less silly about not knowing what's going on. So there's that. Would be amazing if the bottom is in. That would be so sick. Like, we accidentally had like some weird event trigger a false bear market, which just registers as a regular bear market, so we're good to go. Philly said, the cable company lied to someone? That's unheard of. Saeed said, Trump says 25% of tariff on whoever trade with Iran? Yes, that is correct. Yep. Okay. Anyways, Bitcoin, nice rebound, bounce off here. We are all celebrating. Massive correction, massive bounce for ants. We're all having a party. We got liquidation points based entirely on, you know what, maybe that isn't a small wedge. No, it is quite small, actually. Between 69 and 70. That's only a $1,000 range. That's crazy. We'll see if we end up trading in this range on Saturday. That's usually how it goes. The weekend is a little funny. But so far, we look good, man. You know, all things considered, what happened yesterday, the rebound recovery, it's nice to see finally. Good amount of timeline, think the bounce is done, and lower incoming. Dude, everyone thinks we're done. Everyone thinks that crypto's dead and we failed and it's over. There's no retail ever coming back. Waterfly said, I'm celebrating with double chocolate cake and bourbon. Nice. Dude, I could go for chocolate cake. That sounds really good right now, Waterfly. Damn you. ETH down 0.43% on the day, currently trading at $2,054.09. We got a nice bounce off of 1,800 and got back above 2K, which is awesome. Now we're dancing around with 2,100. Volume looks great on this move. We got a bullish cross over the moving average and the RSI. Green dot in the momentum wave, point to the upside. Everything's kind of centered in the middle, so we got plenty of room for upside, but also room for a correction if we do go down. Tom Selleck Scope said, everybody be careful. Could be a trap, 100%. Yeah, guys, obviously, it goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyways. Don't play with more than you can afford to lose. This could very well be a trap. It could go straight down right now. Could go straight down tomorrow. They might wait till Sunday or Monday. They might wait until you're taking a dump or taking a nap. Anything can happen, so just treat it as if it's going to happen. You should always treat these scenarios as if the worst case scenario is going to play out and plan accordingly. Waterfly said, hello, Master Fahid. How you doing, Fahid? I appreciate you for being here, smashing the like button. Happy Friday, my friend. Hope all is well for every single one of you guys. Love you guys. Calvin said, 10K rebound for Bitcoin. Not sure if Hong Kong was involved with the crash, but does show how quickly crypto can recover. Not that it's over, but impressive nonetheless, 100%. Tom Selleck Scout said, crazy run on Snack today. I'm glad you brought that up, Mr. Tom Selleck Scout. I'm a giggly little bitch because my bags, because I backed the truck up like a psychopath and loaded up, hit my goal, by the way. I had a specific nice round number goal. I was like, I want to get to this insane quantity. And I reached that insane quantity, and then Snack is like, I'm going to go up 50% today. So I'm in a good mood. Needless to say, I'm in a wonderful mood. Snack is love, man. So cheers, guys. Cheers. A little bit of snack energy. Absolutely delicious. What if I said Uncle Giuseppe makes the best cake? Uncle Giuseppe. Uncle Giuseppe sounds like a freaking legend. The 501 said your laugh is awesome. I have like 18 laughs. I've been told I laugh like the Joker. Cash Oak said 53x leverage. It's like surfing. Gourmet said I agree. Kwame said wow. Yeah, dude. Very exciting stuff. ETH. Did we talk about ETH? We did. Solana down 0.78% on the day, currently trading at 86.79. Getting a lovely bounce off of 75. Nice psychological level. Big wick, indicative of some serious buying pressure. Let's check out our wicks. We got a Bitcoin wick. A little baby wick. Nice reversal candle. ETH. Also a little baby wick. Sol. A big boy wick. And it's red. Red hammer candle. Sent that bad boy to the upside. Still struggling to get back above 100. That's going to be a big milestone, obviously. The Cruise sets up, JJ. What's going on, The Cruise? Crypto Gamer for the win said, same. I reached my goal for SNEC 2. I actually passed my goal and bought extra 3 mil. Let's go. Kwame said, what is SNEC? SNEC is the greatest coin to ever purchase on the Cardano ecosystem. 10 out of 10. Highly recommend. They are on Kraken or Crypto.com as well if you don't want to use the Cardano ecosystem. They are listed on centralized exchanges. Me personally, genuinely, like, obviously this sounds like a shill. And I should say I own a very large quantity of SNEC. So it is in my best interest for this to go up. But the only reason why I buy a shit ton of this coin is because I'm deep in the trenches. I know the team, and they bust their ass. They do. They've continued to build. They're not out here being pissy little babies, talking about, oh, we don't have enough money, or, oh, the market looks really bad. This sucks. Nobody supports us. They're not out. They're just out there building and doing stuff, and they're profitable, guys. They have products that generate revenue. It's not a meme coin. It's like an actual ecosystem, which is why it has the highest volume on Cardano, and it makes Cardano look stupid. What if I said, if you like edibles, you will enjoy. Crypto Gamer said, give this guy a like. He needs more views and subs. I appreciate that, and I agree. 88 Metals Mania said, LOL. Sold my car and just bought more. Honestly, I might sell my car. All right, let's get to it. SNEC looks beautiful. I got no words for this thing, just not financial advice. I'm buying a ridiculously large quantity. Total 3, down 0.34% on the day, currently trading at 714.51 billion. My uber bearish guess of 711 did hit. We went way below it. Looks like 650, maybe? I'm going to call it a 650 bounce, maybe 675. Obviously, if you count the candle body. So we bounced off of that. We're back above 700, which is ideal. Let's get back above 750 and start reaccumulating to the upside. Volume looks great. Bullish cross over the moving average and the RSI. Let's see if that acts as support on the way up. Green dot of the momentum wave point to the upside. It is down 1.05% on the day, currently trading at 27.33. Literally hit bear market low. We got bear market low, low, and then the lowest. This is as low as it's wicked, I believe, at 21.80. Hit all of those targets. So if you guys are looking for some bear market ADA, you got it. Philly said, SNEC is 100% a meme coin. Philly, it's a meme and a meme coin. Crypto Gamer said, the devs are the real deal on SNEC, no joke. Do some research. They have done their time, and they just got 5 mil ADA from Cardano, which I'm pretty sure they stabled before the big drop. Thank God. Which is also hilarious, because if they did, they get 5 million ADA at, like, let's say 75 cents, and then that thing drops 66%. They could pay the loan back right now and still have majority of, they would still have 66% of their funds in USD value. That's pretty sick. I'm not gonna lie. What if I said, I hope JJ becomes millionaire from SNEC? Know when to take profit. 100% Waterfly. 100%. Thank you. And I hope you become a millionaire from cake. Okay. SNEC. I'm not gonna talk about it, guys. It's beautiful. Obviously, we got a little butt hurt when it dropped below 0.001. Losing a 0 is never ideal. But what matters is if you DCA and you deploy an insanely stupid amount of money at the low on accident, and you make your losses up within 24 hours, then everything's good to go. Obviously, that's not going to happen every single time, But personally, I believe it's a brilliant project worth looking into if you are in the market for a new project. Let's look at XRP really quick. Currently down 0.44% on the day, currently trading at 146.24. We lost $2. We lost 175, and we're playing around with 150 right now. When we lost 160, we fell straight down to 120, got a nice bounce off of that. What's really crazy is that was my bearish target, and we hit that, which is awesome. That was a complete accident. I don't know too much about XRP, so I'm not going to be super confident and cocky about that, but it's a great guess, and we hit it. Tweezer bottom, nice volume. Green dot of the momentum wave, point to the upside. Money flow is still negative, but we are about to cross bullish on that momentum wave. Bullish cross over the moving average in the RSI, settling right around 50. Are we going to break up or down? That is the ultimate question. Hopefully up is the answer. Let's see if we can get back above $1.50 and start making our way towards 175 psychological level. 157 is going to be a point of confluence based on a previous price action, and even more recently it actually acted as support, which is very interesting. We're at 146.68. Not financial advice. I would have been loading up on this thing. If I was a firm believer in XRP and I saw this thing get below $1.50, I would have been loading up. My boss has been buying XRP, which is interesting. HBAR, a lot of news, a lot of rumors about HBAR. So this one's one to keep an eye on for sure. I like that it had this support lost and then it regained it. That's a big deal. You want to keep an eye out for the ones that establish some semblance of strength in these trying times. So obviously getting back above 10 cents is going to be a big deal. That's a nice psychological level. We'll keep an eye on it for sure. Crypto Gamer said that's a great point. I didn't think of that. You sure they stabled? I have no idea. I have no clue, honestly, but I would assume so because they're smart, responsible, and they have more money than I do. And there's a reason for that. I did not stable, and they did. Probably, I'm guessing. What if I said I know lots of people buying XRP, not sure why? It's got the guerrilla marketing, man. They nailed it. They really did. And then they had the underdog, which they clearly won. Regardless of how you feel about XRP, regardless of how you feel about Garlinghouse, they nailed the guerrilla marketing, boots on the ground, word of mouth, and they achieved their goal of outperforming everything in what, 2024 and 2025? XRP was like the golden child, the darling of this bull market if we are truly in a prolonged, proper 12-month long bear market. Jury's still out. And yes, I will die on that hill. What is this? That is a random... Okay, my bad. All right. Let's get on with it. We've got Avalanche down 0.43. Currently trading at $9.24. Getting it back above $9.50. It's going to be a struggle here. We've got... Let's see. That's looks like $10 is that support right there that we lost. So getting back above $10 is going to be a big deal as well. Let's get above $9.50 and see if we can maybe trade in a range and then break above 10. We got a bullish cross over the moving average and the RSI, and a green dot on the momentum wave pointing to the upside, about to cross bullish on that, and our RSI is about to cross that 50 threshold. We're smack dab in the middle, settling. Chainlink up 0.23% on the day, currently trading at $8.90. Either of these, Avalanche or Chainlink, in single digits, in my opinion, is a buy because I believe in them long term. Again, I'm not a financial advisor. Long term, several years, so if you buy some and it's not up by like fall time, it's not my fault. You make your own decisions. You're an adult. You can handle your own money. I believe in you. Chainlink and Avalanche are literally in the same exact boat. The only difference is both of them touched $8, and Avalanche has clearly recovered slightly more than Chainlink has. So, something to keep in mind. It's definitely a market cap discrepancy. Gold looking beautiful. We have the wonderful little gold fractal here, which we've looked at, and we did a hand-drawn one. The hand-drawn one is kind of garbage. I'm a little ashamed at my my hand-drawn fractal and how bad it looks, but the regular traditional fractal looks really good right here, actually. And I guess that would be the new hand-drawn one. Do I get rid of the old one? Let's do it. I'm going to get rid of the old one. Actually, I'll just make it really, really transparent. This is why my drawings are so messy. I can't let things go. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry you guys have to deal with this. Don't forget to smash the like button. I appreciate you guys for being here. Happy Friday. Guys, we've been killing it with views. We've been killing it with subscribers. We've been killing it with likes. I'm going to do a giveaway soon. I think you guys deserve it. Two Fix said, yeah, I loaded up big time on XRP at $1.25. Let's go. Waterfly said, Ripple is investable. Bought XRP. See, Waterfly, clearly they've convinced people, yes, XRP is investable. And I see what you're saying, actually. That's my point of view with Chainlink and Link. In order to use the service that Chainlink offers as like another cryptocurrency project, you do not need to buy Link. So there's no incentive to buy the project. But because we, I guess, associate it with the value proposition, we buy it. Same with World Mobile Token on Cardano. I was a huge fan of them. And then I looked into the tokenomics and I was like, oh, there's not actually a reason to buy this token. They just print it to like pay node operators. So it's kind of just, let's be honest, allegedly, not financial advice, so please don't sue me, a Ponzi scheme. You got to take all those things into consideration. Obviously, I'm not saying that about Chainlink. Chainlink is completely different tokenomics, but when there's no value incentive to purchase the token, like if you're like, we offer all these great products, and you go, oh, so you have to buy the coin to pay for those products? And they go, no. Why would you think that? Then it's probably a good idea to not buy that item, except for XRP. For some reason, they have somehow convinced people that you need to own XRP in order to gain whatever XRP or Ripple has to offer. And that's brilliant. That really is. If anything, you're paying for the marketing. You are investing in brilliant marketing. Giovanni said, what are you guys DCing into, assuming we are in a 12-month bear market? Kwame said, just got some snack. I'll hold it for a dip to buy more. Hell yeah, Kwame. Where'd you buy it? I have crypto.com that I've been using, but it is so god awful. They have like 4-factor authentication. I've never actually dealt with so much BS to move an asset or to buy an asset. It's ridiculous. I don't understand how they're in business and how they own the domain crypto.com with that atrocious of a user interface. It blows my mind. So I think I'm going to migrate to Kraken for my snack buying. And by the way, I'm full self-custody with my snack. I only have the apps so that if I'm like on the go and I'm like, ooh, this is a really good price, then I can just buy some wherever the hell I am. Philly said, I have a laptop that I'm always swapping out the hard drive between Windows and Linux. I'm tired of keeping the case apart. I used a rotary tool to cut out a notch to easily swap the hard drive out. That's actually sick, Philly. Let's go. Cheers to ingenuity, to some ghetto ingenuity. 88 said, most, if not all these tokens do nothing, no? Yeah. Yes. I mean, there's no way around, like, I can sit here and be like, oh, well, mine does that, and, you know, that's totally fine, but that's not what you're asking. You're asking if majority of them are useless, and that is 100% true. That is why 99.9% of them will never return. They're all value extraction, and unfortunately, that's what you get with an emerging asset. How many banks are around from the 1800s? You know what I mean? How many snake oil salesmen are around from the 1800s? How many mining companies are around from the 1800s? What else? How many home builders are around from the last, like, 1,000 years? Whenever there's an emerging asset class, whenever there's emerging technology, bubbles pop, and, you know, the winners stick around. That's, I guess, the fun part, is picking the winners. Kwame said, Kraken, what wallet do you store your snack in? I have NAMI wallet. I don't dislike it, but I'm told that Eternal and, oh shoot, what's the other one? Eternal and Vesper. Vesper, I think, is the best one that everyone always talks about because you can have a mobile one as well. But I don't even remember what it was called before NAMI. No, I'm sorry, it was NAMI. Now it's called Lace Wallet because IOG bought it. It's not bad. It's a great wallet. It's just kind of clunky compared to the other ones. Two Fix said, people are buying Fartcoin and dog with hat, lol. See, you will never convince me that Fartcoin is a bad investment. This thing could go to zero. They could sue me. Like, whoever, if Fartcoin has like a Dow and they decided to sue me, and I lost a very large sum of money, I would still think that it was a brilliant value proposition simply because of the IP. Farts are never not funny. And that's coming from a very mature man. I'm a very mature person. You guys can see that from my suit and my bowler hat. Tangent wallet safest offline. There you go. Giovanni said, I use Vesper and I love it. Billy said, what the F happened to manufacturers making the little closet door to easily swipe out the hard drive? Philly, they completely removed modular everything. They want you to pay for cloud computing now. I honestly, I bet you cloud computing came out and they were like, well, we don't have to make this stuff as complex now because people can just do that. So it's easier for us to just sell them some garbage. Let's see. What if I said you don't need to be collecting disability, Philly? Sounds like you can work. Damn. Giovanni said he used Vesper. Yep. Giovanni said, I'm telling you, if you believe memes will come back, now is the time to buy, not financial advice. What if I said, when you get older, farts get dangerous. I feel like they get dangerous when you regulate your bowels. Like, I've been sitting here trying to make sure I'm not constipated and stuff. And then I'm like, maybe I have to fart. And then I go, that's probably not a good idea. And I'm having conversations with my fiance. I'm like, man, I don't know. There's a trade-off. Like, you can have regular bowels and, you know, lower your risk of colon cancer, or you can be constipated and just fart whenever you want and know that they're safe. There's a trade-off for sure. This is, you know, some very highbrow science we're talking here. Giovanni said, I still make small purchases of Pengu and Ski Mask Dog. I'm willing to lose just in case. That's the way to do it, man. Diversify, even if the diversity is into suckers. Because eventually they'll probably pop. And if they don't, oh well. Gourmet said, Chase sucks as they are getting into the sports and prediction markets. After I did all the KYC to use their shitty trading platform, now they want me to do another KYC for their prediction markets. F off Coinbase. I'll stick to Kalshi and DraftKings. Kalshi is a ton of fun, legit. If you guys are ever interested at all and you want to help support the channel, sign up with Kalshi. We got a description or a referral link in the description. If you sign up there, we both get $25 non-withdrawable site credit when you trade with $25 or more. Ton of fun. Again, it is gambling, so treat it as such. This thing, can I force this to update? I gotta figure that out later. The coin market cap thing. Also, subscribe if you guys haven't already. We are at 1,320 something subscribers. You guys are killing it. Let's go see Fear and Greed really quick for crypto. We're at 69. Oh my god, it was meant to be. Guys. Mother of God. We've done it. What a beautiful thing. We are at Extreme Fear today, 6. Yesterday, we were at Extreme Fear, 9. Put those two together. 69, very nice. CoinMarketCap, however, I actually prefer CoinMarketCap because these guys, I don't know why, I feel like pointing it out every single time. They own straw polls, and they just stopped measuring 15% of their data. It's just not being measured, even though they own the website. Don't make no sense to me. Let's see. Oh my gosh, we were at 8 on CoinMarketCap, Fear and Greed. Yesterday we were at 5. Okay, so we're a little bit better today. That's good. Not Chase, Coinbase. Okay, well, I mean, I think Chase. They're interchangeable. Chase kind of sucks as well. To fix that, I made money on Farcoin a few times, but what I'm saying is people don't care what a coin does or the real world asset bullcrap. As long as price goes up, people will buy. Right, but I feel like there's a better value incentive if there is revenue, at the very least. So something like Pump Fun will do better than Farcoin in the long run, from a safer investment standpoint, allegedly. Tom Solid Scott said, let's not forget Bitcoin could drop to 35K. Memes will go much lower. That is entirely possible as well. 88 Metal said, educational purposes, 100%. Waterfly said, JJ Bighead. Yes, sir. That is 100% true. It's from my big brain. Kwame said, did you bet on Judy like a degen? I did. Up $40 right now. I did not. I don't know what that is. Crypto Gamer said, better than 6-7. Oh, no. 88 Metal Mania said, 5 is crazy. 5 is crazy, dude. 5 is crazy. This one, the actual like crypto fear and greed index, this old school one, 6 on this. I don't think it's ever been this low. This is legit the lowest this has ever been, except for maybe right there. I can't even see it though, because for whatever reason this website was formatted in 1984, before they even had internet. I've tried stretching it too, because I have two monitors and I can stretch this out, but it don't work. Maybe I can zoom in and out. Nope. Oh, hang on. No, that just makes it worse. 11. It's got to be 5, right? Oh, no. I don't know. This one's 6. It looks about the same as that ish. Maybe it is 6. I don't know. They also don't measure 15% of their data. Did I say that already? Okay. Judy Shelton. Yeah, I'm not sure what that is. Should I know what that is? I feel kind of silly saying I don't know what that is multiple times. Giovanni said if Bitcoin drops to 35K, I promise I'm taking a loan out. Damn. All right, silver up 9.88% on the day. Beautiful wick. Lovely recovery. Oh my gosh, you can't even see that. Lovely recovery out of silver. Obviously, we're back above 77, which is my previous low prediction. And the average, I would call it, actually, from over here. The average probably a little bit lower. The average probably around 74, 75. But we're back above both of those prices. Can we get back above 80 next is the question. Time will tell. I like this for a potential double bottom. We've got a peak, double bottom. Are we going to go up from here, or are we going to maybe find a rejection point and continue to the downside? I don't know. No matter what, though, I do like what we got going on the charts. We got bullish div, which does technically point to a temporary reversal and continued downtrend with a continued uptrend on the RSI. Green dot on the momentum wave, pointing to the upside. Unconfirmed green dot on market cipher, positive money flow. This is the biggest cloud we've had on the lower half of market cipher since October, actually. So are we establishing something like that, just on a bigger, more violent angle, if you will? And if we are, whoops, I guess what's the play here? Maybe we do something like that, and then it goes bam. Because if this thing goes all the way down to 50 bucks by like March and then explodes, I suppose I would not be surprised. That would be a big pullback, and I guess, yeah, big moves have big corrections, so I'm really not surprised at this thing. Obviously, there were some liquidations or something that caused the sell-off to get this deep, this deeply entrenched. Like even previously, the big pullbacks back here weren't even that crazy, you know? But that right there, what is that? From candle body to candle body on the 4-hour, you've got approximately 40%. Wow! 40% on silver. That's insanity. So let's see if this bad boy can recover or not. Obviously, if the supply squeeze situation is real, then it probably is going to recover. Then we approach, though, the question that I posed a couple weeks ago, maybe just last week. Big tech companies kind of can't afford for silver to be this high. So it's in their best interest, even if that just requires opening more mines or whatever they got to do to lower prices on silver specifically, or find alternatives which would, decrease demand, which would decrease the price. Let's see. Waterfly said, I don't think 35 is possible, Giovanni. Gourmet said maybe they are measuring that 15% are bots and are discounting it. I wish that they would just say, and then they could revalue it, because right now, the way that I see it with that fear and greed is last bull market. I don't like it when my data changes. Unless they say, like, well, this is around now, so we're going to, update it this way. But when they straight up, they just go, okay, well, last bull market, you used to read this and use this, and it was all accurate. And now it's going to look completely different because we stopped measuring 15% of the data. I wish that they would explain why, and then say, instead of just not including this, we've actually rebalanced it and, like, evenly distributed 2% amongst the rest, or whatever, you know what I mean? I want a full 100% of data, not 85. And obviously they're presenting all the data, so it is 100% still, but it just bugs me when they're like, oh, they're seeing, yeah, they're saying that they're not getting as many votes, but it feels like BS to me. Why does that matter? It shouldn't matter at all how many votes you get. You measured the data before, and now you're just not measuring it at all. That's worse than getting a low quantity of votes. I don't know. Big money equals big corrections. Bumper sticker. Dude, I've thought about so many cool, like, investment or crypto products, and then I sit there and I'm like, do people actually want to advertise that they have money and stuff? I feel like that's a bad idea. Like, I've seen crypto stuff where I'm like, man, I want to buy that. And then I'm like, I don't really want people out in public knowing that I own anything remotely of value. You know, they can watch me get in and out of my 2008 Chrysler Town and Country and leave me alone. You know? Nomination for the next Fed chair. Oh, okay, okay. My bad. Very nice. Yeah, no, I have 2 or 3 bets open right now. And they're both, I think, doing bad. I said yes on the Supreme Court ruling in favor of tariffs, and I said that the Republicans were going to win the House and the Senate. And right now it's looking really bad. But I'm hoping for, I like to close my trades beforehand if I can get into profit at all on Kalshi. Because usually the difference is like 5%. What do I care at that point, you know? It's not worth the risk. So if something can happen that would make people think the reps were going to win Senate and House, and the number went in my favor, I'd probably close it. Because I'm not willing to risk, you know, some... What if I said you bet poorly? I really do. I do. It's for fun, though. It's for fun. I did really good on the... what was the one that I did? The rate cut one. Was it the rate cut one? I don't remember. Reese said, yo, check Zebek. Let's go check Zebek really quick for Reese. ZBCN. ZBCN. Ooh, all right. Very nice. Lovely recovery. Look at that bad boy. What do we got? 40% here? 36, 38. Ooh, it did a sneak. Very nice. So you got a bounce off of what seems like 16 and got back above 20. Hell yeah. Obviously, 20 is going to be a big psychological level, or I guess 0.2 of a cent. Yeah, that's previous resistance turns support. So getting above that's going to be ideal, and holding above that is going to be almost necessary. RSI looks great. Green dots. Look at this. Green dots galore. Holy cow. Got a bunch of green dots. Pop. Can you hold that as support and continue to the upside? And if you do, can you get above 3 next, which would be a 50% increase from where you're at? Pretty good trade. Obviously, none of this is financial advice. It's nice that you're above that 50 mark on RSI. Let's see if you can hold above that and drag your moving average up. Blockchain Bruce said, risk it for the biscuits. Are you hydrated? I am 100%. I got some delicious coffee here. I had to get different creamer, though, so I'm a little bit... I mean, actually, it's delicious, so I don't really care. Reese said, massively undervalued. 88% volume spike today. Nice. Yeah, dude, these are the projects that we're going to dollar cost average into 100%. Cash Oak said, you should ask Grok what Japan has for news on Sunday. All right, let's go ask Grok. I want to show you guys this guy again because he's freaking hilarious. And he kind of nailed it, honestly. What does Japan have for news on Sunday? Right there, deciding if they're going to sell the money or something. News that will affect the markets. Alright, it's vague, but we'll see. Grok should be able to figure it out, right? Billy said Republicans will no way keep the House midterms. I think you're right, but you never know, man. If everything skyrockets 150%, then there's a good chance for sure. Even if what if he sends out big fat stimmies as well? I'm just saying. Blockchain Bruce said Clarity Act sucks right now. What Clarity Act? Reese said, I almost made 1 million. I've got 28 million tokens. I'm holding until the next bull run. Damn, you're a monster. You are a monster, my guy. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. Yeah, this looks awesome. I had over 65 million, but I sold half at 007. Very cool. Silver 77.94. Yeah, this is interesting. I want to see where this goes. It's above 77 like we talked about. Is it going to pull all the way back to 50? Or is it actually going to start showing some more upside here? Obviously, look at how hesitant the candles look. Just compared to in the past, the moves were very confident. Lots of volume. Big fat candles. And now they're like, oh, is it okay if I increase in value? Is that okay? They're all hesitant and shit. Grok said, the major news out of Japan this Sunday centers on the snap general election for the lower house of parliament. This is a high-stakes vote called by Prime Minister Sane Takachi, that's a sick name, to secure a stronger mandate for her ruling Liberal Democratic Party led coalition amid pledges to increase fiscal stimulus, potential tax cuts, defense spending, and other economic policies. Other context results will start emerging Sunday evening into Monday morning, likely driving Asian market opens. Yen Nikkei moves first. This could spill over into global markets, including U.S. stocks, via carry trade or treasury yield impacts. Keep an eye on post-election statements from Takachi or the Bank of Japan for clues on policy direction. Okay. What results do you expect? And how do you think it'll move global markets? Stocks, crypto, metals. Let's see. Okay. Blockchain Bruce said, when can we come on your amazing show? I want to BS with you, LOL. I gotta figure out how to do that, man. I just canceled my Riverside because I wasn't using it. I think I'm gonna look into Restream, or you guys use StreamYard, don't you? I might hit you guys up for a referral link. Anyway, silver's up 9.88% of the day, looking really good. Gold, beautiful recovery here, following the fractal, not to a T, but very closely, about in between my original hand-drawn one and the original fractal. Let's see if it recouples, and honestly, let's see if it can get back above, 5K. It's going to be right there, seems like, for the weekend. Obviously, that's going to be a big point of contention, so something to keep an eye on for sure. DXY down 0.27%, 97.68, back above our 15-year-old trend line. Reese said, did you watch Prince Andrew's The Duke of York's interview of him lying about being on the island? He was removed as Duke. That guy's a loser. Same with Bill Gates. Dude, the Bill Gates one cracks me up. Prince Andrew, I know nothing about him, but that's also hilarious. The Bill Gates one is really freaking funny. One of my favorite memes that I've seen that came out of that so far is, what if the pandemic was all just a ploy to get everyone to get this shot that was just antibiotics, so that way Bill could slip the antibiotics to Melinda. I was like, oh damn, because he is like weirdly obsessed with vaccines and stuff like that. I'm like, I wonder if that's where that came from. And people like went back and they like backdated when he was like emailing. He's like, I got this STD. I need you to slip me. I need some antibiotics so I can slip them to Melinda. And then on like Twitter or something, he was like, I have $100 million for anyone who can create a future, the future of condoms or something stupid. Like, it was so freaking funny, dude. Blockchain Bruce said Seahawks or Patriots, JJ. I'm going to go with what Tom Selleck said. Seahawks, because no reason, actually. New England Patriots. Is that Tom Brady? Is he affiliated with the Patriots? I'm going to go with Seahawks. I think Tom Brady's a weirdo. Defense wins championship. Pickle Rick said, hey guys, what's going on, Pickle Rick? Bill Gates created a virus and was affected by a virus, right? Defense wins championships. Reese said, weird effing people. 100%, dude. They're so weird. And they have no game. I like the email jokes now, too, that I've been seeing. People are like, here I am, like, quadruple reading an email, trying to sound as professional as possible. And meanwhile, these rich people are like, yo, I'm having a party. You coming, bitch? It's like, damn. That's so true. So stupid, dude. What a bunch of goofy-ass motherfuckers. Pickle Rick said, I got rode up at work, spilled 87 barrels of oil. What? Oh my god. Baby oil? Tony Hawk 2? No way. Blockchain Bruce said, Tom retired. I don't know whom they have. Tom Salks Code said, Tony Hawk cleared that up. It was some photographer with the same last name. Oh, that sucks. That sucks so bad, dude. He's probably going to get that for the rest of his life now. Imagine having a common name like that. Or even worse, imagine having a really, really unique name and there being like one or two other versions of you with that same name out there. And one of them was just like really close friends with Jeffrey Epstein. And the photographer is even worse because there's going to be no pictures of that guy. Who's taking pictures of the photographer? You know what I mean? Damn. Gourmet said, so 87 is the record right now. I remember oil spills being a big deal when I was in high school. Anyways, we're getting sidetracked, guys. I apologize. This 15-year-old trend line that goes all the way back to April 2011. We're back above it on the DXY. It's a big deal that we broke below this, so it's going to be interesting to see if we hold above it. Having trouble getting above 98. Looks like, I don't know, some kind of resistance. We'll see what happens with that. Warsh is a dollar maxi. He does like a strong dollar, so I would not be surprised to see this maybe higher. Obviously, it's all going to depend on how everything plays out. Maybe Trump walks back his Warsh pick. Maybe Warsh comes out and was like, "Oh, I'm actually dovish now." Who knows? We got a confirmed red dot on market cipher here, so let's see if that plays into anything. That would be pretty cool. Reese said, "Nah, he was named in the new files that he went to the island. Not just a photo of his wedding photographer. Same with Jerry Seinfeld was named too. Seinfeld doesn't surprise me. I know Chris Rock was there all the time. It's like Seinfeld episode where the guy has the same name as a serial killer. Oof, oof. No soup for you. Market strategy. Honestly, Jerry Seinfeld's not that funny. Larry David is the funny guy. Larry David is hilarious. If he was on there, I think I would cry. He's freaking funny. MicroStrategy, aka Big B Coffee. The reason I call it Big B Coffee is because whoever designed their new logo just straight copy pasted the Big B Coffee logo. But they got a nice rebound today. They broke below this trend line. What is this trend line, you ask? Let's actually go see because I have no idea. It's been so long since we've been here. Oh, yes. The upper trend line from our previous lovely triangle that we broke bullish out of is now potentially about to become resistance. We are back above it though, which is good. We got a little fake out below it so far. Nice volume here. Green dot on the momentum wave point to the upside. Money flow is negative, so we'll keep an eye on that, but we got a nice bounce off of oversold on the daily, on the RSI, crossing bullish over that moving average. So let's see what comes of this. Come Monday, are we going to gap up, down, or sideways? 134.93. Remember, Vanguard purchase strategy for the first time on January 16th, so something might come of that. Maybe they know something we don't know. Who knows? But they got more money than I do, so I'm going to pay attention when they do things. Reese said, yes, 100%. 100%. Blockchain Bruce said, you see, Epstein Fortnite account was active, geolocated in Israel. I saw that, yeah. People caught photos. They look like him there recently. Yeah, dude. I would not be surprised if he was still around. I really wouldn't. Like, if we're going full tinfoil, we're going full tinfoil. I saw in the files that one of the guards that was there said that it was weird the day that he allegedly died. It was really weird. There was stuff happening that normally didn't happen. There was an unauthorized prison transport vehicle. And basically he believes that Epstein was swapped out. And then he magically was dead suddenly. So wouldn't be surprised if they just found a lookalike. Or maybe they cloned him. Maybe he had a clone for this exact purpose. You know, the dude had so much money. He was literally like the Illuminati. I wouldn't be surprised. He's probably partying with Hitler and Elvis and all those weirdos. So, I don't know. Crazy stuff. Crazy world we live in. Crazy when the conspiracy theorists are the level-headed people. He's been working for the U.S. Okay. NASDAQ up 3.19% on the day. Nice little recovery here. Still not as good as we'd like it to be, but it is the start of something. Let's see if it continues to be something. I would love to reclaim 25.5. But we're back above 25, so I'm happy with that. Nice psychological level that we're in. We got a nice bounce off almost 24. Not quite all the way down there. Maybe 24.250. Pickerick said, well, it wasn't oil. It's oil base. It mimics oil. So the whole Don collapsed. So H2s don't just come out. Okay. Tom Selleck-Scout said, JJ just said every possible word to get this video shadow banned. Yeah. I mean, it's whatever. What's going to happen? I'm not going to make 45 cents from ads. Now, if my numbers start looking bad next week, then something's up. We're going to have to start doing some boots on the ground investigation. NASDAQ 25.12 and 20 cents. I like that it bounced out of the oversold area. We got green dot on the momentum wave point to the upside after being oversold. Unconfirmed green dot on market cipher. Let's see if this crosses bullish, and RSI sitting smack dab in the middle at 50, so obviously it can go any direction. We'll keep our eye on it. Bullish cross over the moving average on that bounce, looking good. S&P up 1.97%, currently trading at 69.32. Beautiful bounce off of this. The fractal kind of is completely irrelevant at this point, but that sometimes happens. It played out very nicely for quite a long time. I'd say 75% was correct. What is that, fair? Let's actually do it. Let's do the math. We've got 233, and it played out 185 out of 233. So whatever percentage that is, you guys can do the math. You guys are good at math. I already know it in my head. I'm just not gonna say it. Pick Rick said, so JJ, you think we're in a bear? I think so, yes. I think we were in a bear when we lost the bull market support band. The question is it going to be a 12-month long bear market that lasts until October, according to this 4chan fellow who perfectly predicted the exact Pico top on October 6th, which is quite a crazy coincidence, on December 12th, 2023. So 2 years ahead of time, this guy predicts the top. That's pretty crazy. Jess said, JJ, do you hold Knight token, and what wallet do you use? I do have a little bit of Knight, not a lot. I have Lace wallet, but I've heard that, which one? Eternal and Vesper are better. So we'll see if we end up lasting until October, or if we come out of it early, or maybe it takes a little bit longer to play out. Who knows, man? It is truly different. Anyone that says it's not different is crazy. Bitcoin literally broke the 4-year cycle when it hit an all-time high before the halving. So that's out of the window. There was no altcoin euphoria. There was no rotation. There was like a very slow grind up to all-time highs, and we hit all-time highs multiple times. And then we had the halving, and we hit more all-time highs, and now we're like slowly crawling out of it and very fastly falling. Faster than we've ever fallen before. So anyone that's like, oh, you mean this time is different? Tell them, yes, it is actually 100% different. What's not different about it? And they're going to go, well, the price went down after it went up. Well, yeah, that's how markets work. It's going to go down after it peaks. But the timeline is completely jacked. The timeline's been hit by a bus. Ran over several times and tortured to keep quiet. But it's talking. It's talking. So it's going to be interesting to see how it plays out. If it does play out exactly like this, all the people that are like, I called the exact blah, 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 they didn't call shit. This guy did. And they're literally just plagiarizing off of him. You're allowed to adopt people's theories, but give them credit. So far, this dude has freaking nailed it. I don't know who the hell he is, but anyone that's like, hey, it's going to be in October because I said so. They didn't say so until after we hit an all-time high on October 6, 2025 and started falling from there. And this was everywhere. Everyone saw this. It was plastered all over the place. And then all of a sudden, everyone's like, October 2026 is going to be the Pico low. Okay. Good job. But we'll see what happens, man. We'll see what happens. S&P 500, I would like to get back. I mean, I would like to get above 7K. We did get above it. We opened above it right here. $7,002.28. I believe that is the current all-time high. Yes, right here on January 28th, 2026, $7,002.28. Can we get back above that? We're at 69.32, like I said. RSI is right in the middle. Green dot in the momentum wave, positive money flow. All that's pointing the upside. Again, I don't know if market cipher even applies to the S&P, but we're going to look at it anyways. The Dow. The Dow Jones Industrial Average. 50,101.1. Legendary, all-time high, never before seen. Pretty crazy. This thing's been chopping sideways since January 2nd, January 5th. Pretty cool to see it finally pop to the upside. I don't know if that has anything to do with the ISM PMI print. No idea. But I like it. We like number go up, and number go up, guys. This thing opened, let's see, this is the 4-hour time frame. Yeah, Thursday. It closed at, what did it close at on Thursday? 48,913. And then it opened, gapped up at 49,218. And then today, at the end of the day, we closed at 50,101.1. Pretty cool stuff. Let's see. That's that. We got news segment. Bitcoin dominance, 59.31%. Oh, blockchain brew. I saw that you guys got Crow on. That's pretty sick. This made me laugh. I forgot I put that on there. I saw you guys got Crypto Crow on. That was pretty cool. I think I caught like the butt end of it. So I'm going to have to listen to it when I get off here. But yeah, Bitcoin, $70,558.81. Looking good. Liking the bounce for ants so far. Pretty happy. Snack is up another 1.78%. Don't tell anybody. Or just go buy some. Not financial advice. Let's see. Are we liquidating anybody? Potentially some bears. We got a bunch of news today. Let's see what Grok said. We asked Grok. Somebody asked us to ask Grok about Japan's news on Sunday. And we did. And then I said, what are the results do you expect? And what do you think is going to do to the global market? The results of Japan's lower house snap election on February 8th are not yet available. Ongoing, just wrapping up at Japan time, blah, blah, blah. However, pre-election polls from major outlets, that's a funny name, Shimban, overwhelmingly point to a strong landslide victory for Prime Minister Takachi's ruling coalition. Most projections show the coalition securing over 300 seats out of the 465. Well above the 233 needed for a simple majority. The LDP alone is expected to win a majority, a big jump from its pre-dissolution 199. Opposition groups like Centrist Reform Alliance are projected to underperform significantly. This is the base case expectation. Expected market impacts. Should we bet on this? On Kalshi? Is that a thing? A solid win would signal policy continuity with upside fiscal expansion risks, reinforcing the so-called Takachi trade, more government spending, deficit financing, potential Bank of Japan caution on aggressive rate hikes, sustained yen weakness, supportive for Japanese exports/stocks, but inflationary pressures. Stocks positive tilt, especially risk-on assets. Broader equities benefit if it eases fears of political gridlock. Very cool. Crypto, mildly positive, neutral to bullish in a risk-on environment. A weaker yen and sustained lower for longer. Japanese rates carry trades alive, borrowing cheap yen to fund risk assets, including crypto. Global risk appetite rises if Asian markets open strong Monday, spilling into Bitcoin, Ethereum. However, if fiscal concerns spark broader bond yield volatility, it could trigger short-term safe haven flows away from crypto. Metals, mixed, leaning bullish for industrial metals, neutral, volatile for gold. Industrial metals supported yen weakness, boosting Japanese Asian manufacturing export demand and stimulus optimism. Gold could see choppy moves. Yen weakness often correlates with gold strength as a hedge, but higher global yields from fiscal JGB concerns might pressure it short-term. Overall risk on from stocks could divert flows, but persistent inflation fears favor its longer term. Key caveats/risks. If results surprise, expect yen safe haven rebound, USD JPY down sharply, Nikkei sell-off and risk-off globally. Post-election focus shifts to Takachi, Bank of Japan statements on fiscal path versus inflation/yen intervention. USD JPY has been volatile near 157 to 160. Further weakness could trigger intervention. Global ripple, higher JGB yields, reduced Japan buying of US treasuries, upward pressure on US yields, headwind for stocks, crypto, but supportive for dollar, which is kind of what Warsh wants. Results will flow in Sunday night, Monday morning, Japan time, watch Asian opens for first moves with yen and Nikkei likely the Canaries. If it plays out as polls suggest, expect a risk-on continuation tone next week. Hell yeah. Very cool. Cheers. Chapstick cheers for Japan. And a little premature congratulations to all involved, because it takes some big balls to be a politician. All right. We got news segment. Bitcoin, $70,428 even. Looking good. Okay. Rebel with Snacks posted. This one was interesting to me. I wanted to read it for you guys. It's hilarious how the entire timeline is exploding with outrage at CZ right now. Hot take. We got to do tinfoil for this one. It's important. Got to protect my brain waves. The Trump family quietly asked CZ to ramp up the max FUD, manipulate the market, and nuke Bitcoin price. It's all coordinated. Then, mid-2026, Trump rolls out massive stimulus checks. Huge. Markets do a brutal 180 and Bitcoin blasts past all-time high. Euphoria hits like pure crack right before the midterms, and we see a massive red wave sweep the polls. Bookmark this. We'll see if it plays out. I'm not going to bookmark it. We'll probably forget it even existed, because midterms are a long ways away, but I thought it was entertaining. We also got the F Crypto guy. Just go watch it. It's really funny. I'm going to post a link to this in the in the chat so you guys can go watch it because it's funny stuff. Funny stuff. F crypto video on X. Good for a laugh. Go check it out if you guys are interested at all. Good stuff, good stuff. This one was really funny as well. This has nothing to do with anything. I just made me laugh and I wanted to read it. Good morale lift, even though the market's recovering. We need it anyways, because why not? It's funny. This person posted, I had a dream that Joe Biden kept trying to sneak back into the White House to become the president again, and he had a variety of silly disguises. Like in one, he was wearing a big mustache and a top hat and introduced himself as Job Biden and tried to sell Trump snake oil, and Trump was super interested until his mustache fell off. Then JD Vance was like, wait a minute, that's Joe Biden. And he was like, well, gotta run. See you later, Jack. And then all the evil White House staff were shaking their heads because Joe Biden almost sneaked into the White House. And the newest aide was there, and she was like, that was a close call, Mr. President. And his new aide was actually Kamala Harris. Wearing a big cartoon wig, and they were all too distracted by Joe Biden to notice. That made me laugh so hard. That was such a good post, dude. This is what we have the internet for, dude. This is what we need. That was freaking funny. Good stuff, good stuff. All right, serious now. Kobayashi letter. It's official. This was 21 hours ago. Bitcoin just posted its first ever daily decline over $10,000. Wow, not even the record $19.5 billion liquidation on October 10th came close to today. It appears that someone big was liquidated, and our estimate, based on other people's information, by the way, I take no credit for this theory, is that it was some foreign non-crypto related entity holding a big Bitcoin ETF. 88 Metal Mania said, I seen they booed Vance pretty hard at the Olympics, LOL. Damn, that sucks. I don't know if I'd be able to handle getting booed, honestly. I think I would do something cringy. Do you guys remember that guy? He was like a politician, I don't remember. He was doing really good in polls, too. He was running for like local governor or something like that. And he was like yelling into the mic, and the crowd's going crazy, and he's like, and then we're going to go to Minnesota, and then we're going to go to Michigan, and then we're going to go to Ohio. And everyone's freaking out, and he goes, yeah! It like ruined his entire career because he made some weird noise into the mic and everyone just memed the shit out of him on the internet. It's so messed up. Oh no. Oh, I feel bad for that guy. I feel so bad for that guy. He was getting so hyped up too. He didn't do anything wrong. He just made a goofy noise and people memed the shit out of it. Bar chart posted. Bitcoin fell. This was 21 hours ago again. Keep in mind the time frames. Bitcoin fell because we've been incredibly volatile lately, so the time frames are important. Bitcoin fell to an RSI of 16 today, its most oversold level since November 2018. That's freaking crazy. Watcher Guru posted another $350 billion wiped out from the crypto market cap today. Coinbase CEO Brian Armstrong says crypto and AI are just getting started. That sounds like a bad thing to say when they're going down. Like, that sounds like you're saying it's going to go down more. Howard Dean. Yep, that's the guy. I feel so bad, dude. That was such a good video, though. Oh, man. Jay Shear said, sup, family? What's going on, Jay Shear? Appreciate you. Cheers, my friend. Thanks for smashing the like button. Happy Friday. Oh, I made delicious coffee. I like ground the coffee beans more than usual. So I think there's like a lot of coffee in there. And I'm like tunnel vision, hyper focused on the market right now, and the really funny memes, of course. Binance buys another $235 million worth of Bitcoin for its Seifu fund. More for them to manipulate. China bans unapproved overseas issuance of yuan-linked stablecoins. Canada's economy lost 24,800 jobs in January. I like that they say that, like it's a lot. Is that a large percentage of their population? That does not seem like a lot of jobs. Am I crazy? What brand of beans you prefer? So there's a local place that I'm not going to name because you guys will be able to find where I live. But it's really good. It is French roast. I like dark roast. I used to not like dark roast. I used to want to maximize my caffeine intake. I was very practical about it. I was like, well, if I have this much caffeine in one coffee and this much in another one, this one's more bang for my buck. In reality, I have really bad heartburn now. So I just go for the dark roast because it's less acidic. And I feel like I get plenty of caffeine. I think I'm sensitive to caffeine, and I think I didn't care before, but now I'm like getting older and I get heartburn and heart palpitations and anxiety. When Bang first came out, the energy drink with like 200 milligrams per can, I was drinking like 3 of those a day. Had no idea, and you never think this can happen to you. Like, I'm an adult man, and I'm driving home from work, and every day at the same time, same area, on my ride home from work, my heart would go really fast, like really fast, and I would be like, whoa, my hands got really tingly and I got lightheaded. And it happened every single day, same spot, only when I drank 3 Bang. And I finally put 2 and 2 together. I was like, I think I'm having an anxiety attack. And I cut the Bangs out entirely, reduced my caffeine intake by like 90%, and it went away. I was like, whoa. So if you are unsure if you've ever had an anxiety attack before, you probably have not. It's pretty trippy, and you'd never think it could happen to you. I was like, why would I have an anxiety attack? I don't have anything to be anxious about. But you don't necessarily need something to be anxious about. Apparently, you can just take way too much caffeine throughout the day, and your body's like, stop, please stop. Giovanni said, a Neptune Fury Coffee Co. is the best coffee I've ever had. Ooh, I might have to try that. So there was a coffee brand. It was called Kona Coffee Company. And I used to drink that, but they stopped selling it at my freaking one grocery store. Saeed said, early morning, I feel more fresh with your live stream. You are jovial and sincere as well. Keep going, my superstar. I appreciate that, Saeed. Thank you so much, my friend. Cheers. Good morning as well. Good morning to you, GM. That means a lot. For real. Giovanni said it's a local coffee shop in Norfolk, Virginia. They ship online too, though. All right, let me look it up. I'm going to buy some. You said Neptune Fury. This is how Giovanni steals my identity. All right, yeah, I'll buy some. We'll do an on-stream review. Watch me hate it. I'm gonna be so mean about it. I'm just kidding. I do like coffee. The only bad coffee I've ever had that I remember is Starbucks. I don't know why it tastes burnt to me. I don't know why. I hope it's not all like that. Maybe it's just my local Starbucks. I'm aware that it varies from like location to location. Sometimes you can just get crappy managers that keep old beans and they smell like poop, and they roast them. All right. Bitcoin is still chilling, down 0.11% on the day, 70,493. Gold up 3.99%, 4,967. Silver up 9.88%, $77.94. Giovanni said, yep, I read that. Crypto Gamer said, same was happening to me with Rain energy drink, 300 milligrams caffeine. Yeah, maybe it was 300 in Bang, I don't remember. But I remember Rain, that was like a alternative. So my favorite energy drink that they discontinued, I swear to God, everything that I love gets discontinued. Monster Energy, it was Monster Hydro Super Sport. It was non-carbonated, like juice. And the flavor was Blue Streak. I had a subscription on Amazon for cases, and they stopped making it. And I was devastated, dude. It like ruined me. I called corporate, and I was like, where is my drink? And they were like, oh, we're still making it. You should be able to find it. And I was like, no, it's literally not even for sale on Amazon anymore. And they're like, oh, well, we're sorry. We'll send you coupons. No joke. They sent me coupons for this drink that was no longer available anywhere. So they were just garbage. I was so mad. So I'm officially, for the rest of my life, boycotting Monster Energy until they release like a recipe so that I could replicate that. It is the greatest drink in the world. It had branched chain amino acids. I'm pretty sure I'm addicted to branched chain amino acids because of that drink. Try Tim Hortons, you will be repulsed. My friend, I am from Michigan. I love Tim Hortons. I really do. It's delicious. Gourmet Brand said Kona is from Hawaii. You can find those bags in Marshall's, TJ Maxx. So there's Kona Coffee, and then there's Kona Coffee Company. The brand name is Kona. Kona Coffee is actual like the coffee that they sold. So I've tried other Kona blends that are just as good, but I don't know. I miss my Kona coffee. 88 Metals Mania said, remember Jolt Cola? I do. Do you guys remember Four Locos? I think they brought them back, didn't they? I think the original ones were like crazy though. People were like dying drinking those. Crypto Gamer said, I agree. You're pretty chill and have a mild voice to listen to. I love your attention to the comments. How often you stream? I stream every single day for over a year now. And it seems like we're just getting traction, which is pretty sick. And I appreciate you guys for buttering me up. You guys, stop it. Okay. We are getting distracted though, so shut up. Okay. Treasury Secretary Besant says crypto revolution is here. I'm glad that they picked the bottom to say that and not the top, because if they would have said that, we would have dumped some more. I would have been pissed. Bitcoin reclaims 69 nice $1,000. Ethereum reclaims 2,000. Bitcoin reclaims 70,000. This one was just cool, play by play. Bitcoin reclaimed 71,000, rising over 13% today. $125 million worth of crypto shorts liquidated in the past 60 minutes. Wow, that's pretty cool. Pretty cool stuff, guys. Pretty cool. What else do we got? I do like looking at the big green ones. $150 billion added to the crypto market cap today. That was 7 hours ago. Huge news. President Trump officially signs order allowing U.S. to impose additional 25% tariffs on any country doing business with Iran. Wow. El Salvador says it is a Bitcoin country. I'm glad that they've readopted Bitcoin. $1.2 trillion added to the U.S. stock market today. Very cool. Marty Party posted stablecoin mint 5 minutes ago. This was 7 hours ago. 277.8 million USDC issued on Ethereum. This is liquidity coming from U.S. Treasury bills. This is what crypto adoption looks like. Bypass the Fed. Besant is doing QE from the Treasury, and banks are in full panic mode. Again, and I guess not again. I don't know. I have nothing to back up this part of this post. We do know for a fact that USDC did issue $277.8 million on ETH, but I don't know if Besant is using Treasury bills to QE. Who knows if that's true or not, but it's maybe speculative and it's interesting. Stablecoin mint 2 minutes ago, another 500 million USDC issued on Solana, new liquidity in preparation for Clarity Act and full crypto rail adoption. You will get paid in stablecoin, you will spend stablecoin, you will save in stablecoin, and earn interest despite the banking lobby resistance. Get wrecked, Jamie Dimon. Crypto Gamer said, I cheat and have whipped strawberry Rockstar sometimes. It's the best tasting energy drink in my opinion. So good. I like the non-carbonated ones, and I don't know why. It might boil down to my heartburn, but I feel like if I can drink it better, I can drink more. And the more and faster I drink, the more energy I have, like short term. I don't know. It's definitely messed up. Pickle Rick said, dang, I forgot to like the live. Now you remember, guys, don't forget to smash the like button. I appreciate you guys for being here. If you are interested at all in being a degenerate gambler, consider signing up for Kalshi with my referral link in the description. If you do and you trade in $25 or more, we both earn $25 in non-withdrawable site credit. Ton of fun, but it is gambling, so treat it as such. Only play with money you can afford to lose. And if you need help, contact Gambling Helpline. We should put that in the... Should I put that in the description? I feel like I should. Okay. Alternative data shows further weakness in the U.S. job market. Link up estimates show the U.S. economy lost 25,000 jobs in January. LinkUp uses a data set of real-time job postings sourced directly from company websites nationwide. That would mark the fourth monthly contraction over the last 8 months following June, August, and October 2025. The estimate is based on job openings data from December that showed a 3.7% month-over-month decline. At the same time, new U.S. job openings fell 5.6% month-over-month, posting the second consecutive monthly decline. The job market needs help. I agree. Look at this monstrous decrease. And Powell is like, we're continuing to monitor the jobs market and do nothing about it. Gourmet Brand said, JJ, are you going to do the daily close after the time changes March 8th? Probably. It all depends on when I can get home from work. Crypto Gamer said, do you own any baby snack? Super low market cap. Dev is real good guy. I actually do. I don't know if I own any. I'm pretty sure I do. I know the Dev. He is a great guy. So Snack just recently started doing the animation thing, and I noticed that it looks awfully similar to Baby Snack's animation. So I'm assuming that they got in touch, and they're working together. Maybe, I don't know, or he just shared the information and they paid, for finder's fee. I don't know. Who knows? But I thought that was cool. I know Baby Snack. I like them. And I don't know. I'm a self-proclaimed Cardano degenerate. I am getting alerts from Coinbase. I have one so far. It said H bar is down however many percent. And then 11 minutes ago, tie game. Oh, this is for their prediction market BS, whatever. So yeah, I've been paying attention to the alerts on Coinbase as well, letting them rack up. Kwame said, what time will it change to? I believe we spring forward. So we lose an hour? Spring forward. So the time goes forward. Yes, we lose an hour. But that also means that it's going to get darker differently. No, I'm sorry. The time change, it goes, yes, the daily close goes from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. So it's easier for me to get home, prep for stream, be streaming when that daily close actually occurs. And then we can actually do the daily close contest. If you guys are not familiar and you're new, we actually do, or we usually do, a daily close contest during the daily close every single day for the charts. It's a ton of fun. Gourmet said he works and doesn't stream earlier enough to get our votes. Yeah. So last year, like 2025 was my first 12-month long full year because I started streaming in September of 2024. And we did the daily close contest. I don't remember when we started it. I don't know. It's a ton of fun. Crypto Gamer said, me too. I love Cardano. I don't understand why Charles gets so much hate. So, I actually used to get a lot of hate, like Charles, and I've boiled it down to anger. I genuinely believe people are just mad. And because Charles isn't mad all the time, he's not miserable and pissy and bitching, they get like jealous. And he also has like money, but he's not like flaunting it like some rich a-hole. I don't know. It's some weird like jealousy. Kwame said, damn, JJ, we didn't get any polls today. Oh, shoot. You know what? You're right. I totally fumbled the polls. I have a poll too, damn it. All right. My bad. I'm slacking a little bit. Let's get a poll in. We got a poll. Let's see. Market sentiment check. How are you feeling? Bullish. New highs. Next. Bull trap. This is a fake out. DCA. Long term only or sitting. Oops. Cash. Waiting. All right, ladies and gentlemen, please direct your attention to the poll in the chat. Thank you for reminding me. It's Kwame. Stop being so happy and rich. Exactly. They're like, F that guy. He has money. He has money and he's not miserable. I hate him. Anyways, direct your attention to the poll in the chat. Sentiment check. How are you feeling? We got bullish, new highs next. Bull trap. This is a fake out. Dollar cost averaging long term only or sitting in cash waiting. Which one are you doing? And if you're doing none of them, then let us know in the chat. Next, from Kobe SE letter, we got retail investors' activity in the U.S. options market is through the roof. Retail investors' average daily options volume in precious metals has been 6.6 times larger year to date in 2026 than the entire 2023. Retail options activity in gold and silver has exceeded every other year since 2020 by at least 300%. Wow. As a result, total options activity among individual investors hit all-time high last month. This comes as retail traders made plus 22% more daily options transactions than in January 2025. This is also around 50% higher than the 2020 to 2025 January average. Retail appetite for risk is at record levels. We talked about the high risk appetite a while ago, and it's become an inside joke on the channel. All right, U.S. stock market futures erased losses of over 1% and turned positive on the day. Pretty cool. This was 16 hours ago, so that's important to keep in mind. Institutional investors are aggressively unloading U.S. equities. Hedge funds sold U.S. single stocks at the fastest rate since October on Wednesday, posting their second consecutive daily sale. This was driven by short sales and, to a lesser extent, by liquidating long positions. This also marks the fifth day of net outflows over the last 6. 5 of 11 sectors experienced liquidations, led by information technology, industrials, and materials. Semiconductor and semiconductor equipment, communications equipment, and tech hardware faced the heaviest pressure. Sentiment among hedge funds is shifting. The 501 said silver situation sucks. The margin requirement now on COMEX are criminal. Yeah, but to be fair, we could just buy physical and drive the prices up that way. That's what I like doing. But I also do have a long, which I think is underwater right now. Yes, my long is at 82.48. This blue line right here is my long. So we'll see if that ends up getting liquidated. I will ride it until the end, because it's not enough money for me to care about. All right. Stellantis, STLA, is taking a $26 billion hit and writing down their electric vehicle business. The stock has collapsed on the news, now down 27% today. Wow. The plot thickens. MicroStrategy just reported a net loss, this is 13 hours ago, of $42.93 per share in Q4 2025 alone. This is an operating loss of $17.4 billion up from $1 billion last year, a 1,640% larger loss. These figures don't even include the last 5 weeks. Absolutely incredible. I also think that they explained that they literally can't get liquidated, which cracks me up because people are like, this is Michael Saylor's liquidation price. And then when it hits and goes below that and they don't get liquidated, those people are nowhere to be found. But the guy's not using leverage. He's just buying spot Bitcoin. And I'm pretty sure he has like 2 years of cash surplus to pay his whatever they're called. He has to pay like dividends to his shareholders. That's how he gets money to buy more Bitcoin. And he has 2 years. So they have to keep Bitcoin like pushed down so much. They have to keep Bitcoin pushed down so much for 2 years and hope that Saylor doesn't average down, which he probably is going to. Saylor has figured out so far, knock on wood, he's figured out the money printer, the infinite money glitch, the power strip plugged into itself. That's what Saylor has figured out. It's pretty funny. Like, it's legit, no joke. It's the you send me one, I'll send you 2 back. But it's going to take me like 10 years. It's that. But in real life. And it's not a scam. It's entirely based on the idea that Bitcoin's going to increase in value, which history has shown that it has. So it's kind of genius. And people are mad. And it might not work out. I'm not saying it's going to, but so far he's looks like a genius with monster balls. You gotta respect it. At the end of the day, no matter what, you do have to expect it at least a little bit. Or respect it, I'm sorry. Did I say expect twice? That's embarrassing. Market volatility is soaring under the surface. The average S&P 500 stock volatility is now 7 times higher than the volatility of the entire index. The ratio between the average stock and the S&P 500's volatility has more than doubled over the last 2 weeks. Since 2022, there have been just 2 occurrences where single stock volatility was as elevated as it is now in December 2024 and October 2025. Volatility is rapidly returning. Carlos Villa, that is a sick name, said it's a fake out. It might be a fake out. You might be right. I like your name. Carlos, is it Carlos Villa? It was the Villa. I'm sorry. I shouldn't try to use an accent. That is a cool name, though. I also, maybe psychological effect here. The blue, that is your little profile picture, like letter. That's like my favorite color. So that might also be swaying my opinion. U.S. equity markets extend upside with the NASDAQ 100 and S&P 500 now up over 1% on the day. This was 12 hours ago. 11 hours ago, investors are betting on a rebound in U.S. software stocks. Call options volume in the tech software ETF IGV spiked up to a record 220,000 contracts on Wednesday. This is 4 times higher than the previous high seen at the beginning of 2025. This comes as IGV has declined 25% year to date to the lowest since April 2025. Since September 2025, the tech software ETF prices have fallen 33%. As a result, IGV relative to the S&P 500 is down to its lowest level since January 2018. In January alone, the S&P 500 or the S&P North American Software Index dropped 15%, posting its largest monthly decline since October 2008. Ooh, I don't like it when that date pops up. The sell-off in software stocks is beginning to look overdone. Interesting. Very, very interesting. Breaking, Bitcoin and ETH extend gains over 10% on the day, reclaiming 69,000. Nice. And 2K. This was 10 hours ago. 9 hours ago, Bitcoin reclaimed 70K, now up $10,000 in less than 24 hours. 8 hours ago, Chinese retail investor activity is exploding. The number of new individual investor accounts in China jumped 88%. Wow. Month over month in January to 4.9 million, the highest since October 2024. For perspective, the October 2024 peak of 6.8 million accounts was the largest in 9 years, and the 2025 average was 2.3 million. The number of new margin accounts surged 30% month over month to 190,000, all while the daily stock market turnover in China surpassed $520 billion, an all-time high. Retail participation in Chinese markets is skyrocketing. So I found out something today. You know how yesterday I was explaining how I think what we're seeing, like in the more macro scenario, is a deleveraging event, basically because we've legalized gambling, and gambling kind of took over every aspect of everything, including the stock market and precious metals. I found out today that that is actually 100% accurate. Maybe not the reason why we're dropping so dramatically, but during the pandemic and in 2021, they did legalize leveraged ETFs, and they approved like up to 3x, I think, and they were considering 5x, and then they said no more 5x, nothing even higher than 2x. The 3x ETFs that exist are grandfathered in, but anything from this point forward is only allowed to be 2x. So that's a thing that happened. And 3x is very, very easy to liquidate compared to 2x, especially in the stock market when we're moving as volatile as we have been. So be careful out there, guys. Only gamble with money that you can afford to lose, especially with leverage. Party poopers, right? I mean, if we're gonna go gamble, we're just going full bore into it. Breaking, the Dow extends gains over 1,000 points on the day. Dow 50K has returned. Has returned? What do you mean? It was never there before. We just hit 50K for the first time ever. Breaking, the S&P 500 closes nearly 130 points higher, adding 1.1 trillion of market cap. Dip buyers win again. Let's freaking go. That has been the consensus for several decades, I think. Breaking, the S&P 500 and crypto added a combined 1.5 trillion worth of market cap today. That was 4 hours ago. Let's go again. Trueflation posted U.S. inflation today, according to real-time price data. Trueflation U.S. CPI 0.99% year over year. A few product and service categories are now in slight negative territory, meaning deflation, namely communications, clothing, food, and housing. I told you guys I did just pay my phone bill for the year yesterday or the day before. It was some point this past 7 days. And it was $180, Mint Mobile. Highly recommend. If you guys want a referral link, let me know. I'll put it in. I keep forgetting to put it in the description. It is really a great service, though. And they do have an unlimited everything plan. I get unlimited talk, text, and 5 gigabytes of high-speed data. Once I use 5 gigabytes, it slows down. I never use 5 gigabytes, so I'm not a big phone guy. And if I am, I'm checking the charts or the news. The latest University of Michigan consumer sentiment surprise to the upside, coming at 57.3, up 0.9 or 1.6% from the previous, and higher than the expected 55. Notably, sentiment was much higher among consumers with stock exposure, indicating a widening wealth gap, although it improved across both groups in the preliminary February result. Positive sentiment gives the markets a brief reprieve after a slew of negative labor data and a decline in consumer confidence from the Conference Board. Among the other metrics tracked, consumer expectations dropped by 0.7%, while current economic conditions improved by 5.2%. Year-ahead inflation expectations fell from 4% last month to 3.5% this month, the lowest reading since January 2025. Interesting. Top tercile of stock holdings, February 2026. Okay, so stockholders are more bullish on the economy. 88 Metals Mania said, I looked into mine after last stream about your sell bill. I'm in Canada. My bill is 75 USD, like a month or a year. I see. I was like super stoked when I had it was called iWireless, and then Kroger like bought them outright, and they changed the name to Kroger Wireless. And I think there I was paying $25 a month, and then they changed it and it went up to like 35 or something. I thought that was really cheap. And then my boss tried Mint. Like I said, it is really good. It really is. 75 a month Canadian. Okay, what is 75 Canadian to USD? That is 55 bucks. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. Okay. Big, no change to Metaplanet's strategy. We will continue to accumulate Bitcoin according to the Metaplanet CEO. What a freaking legend. Bullish, crypto, AI, just getting started according to Brian Armstrong. Like 190 gig high speed data, unlimited slow speed after that, etc., etc. So with Mint, it is, I think their most expensive plan is 35 a month, and that's unlimited, like truly unlimited, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, 55 ain't bad at all. Brian Armstrong. Insight, compared with prior cycles, Bitcoin has not yet reached typical capitulation depths of 70 to 80% per CryptoQuaint. Bitcoin remains roughly 50% below its all-time high, so they're saying we got another 30 to go. What is that? Did we track that? I feel like we put something on here. Was it 75? And was it on here or was it on a different chart? Oh my gosh, Tom Selleck's coat and Drummer, you guys are disgusting. 11,699 and 15,080. Get out of here. All right. Yeah, we got 786 and 618. But did we put Dream Tanks, T-Stew? I guess we didn't. Maybe it's on. I'm sorry. We have so many damn charts. I apologize. We've got crypto. Oh, what is that? Oh, that's just a stupid index. 200 simple moving average approximate as of February 1st, 2026. Interesting. We almost hit that. Tom Selleck said, if you are in busy area, you will see slowdowns on Mint data. T-Mobile gets prioritized. Interesting. Okay, I did not know that. Plus, I own the provider's stock, so I feel doing my part to make numbers go up. Hell yeah. That's the way to do it, man. That's the way to do it. You gotta support your bags. Where did we put this? Okay, there it is, 75% pullback. So 70% pullback, which is allegedly, this says 70 to 80. Let's just put 70 and 80 on there as well. And we are going from candle body close on the weekly. Yeah, there's 75. 80 is, how close can I get to actually 80? Right, I'm going to go right there, 24,660. Let's do 24,660. 80% pullback. Level. And then we'll do 70. Same level right there. 70% is going to be 37,002. 37,002. 37,002. I like that better than 75. 70% pullback level. Okay, cool. All right, so we got 70, 75, and 80. 37K, 30K, and 24.6. 88 metals, yep, I read that. Tom Selleck said, LOL, I didn't say 15K. That's wild. You did at some point, apparently. That might have been a long time ago. Dude, the face. The freaking face. Oh, the face is so good. The face is so good. I'm leaving a Tom Selleck code. You have no choice. Maybe that's my blackmail. Watch us hit that and you're going to look like a genius. That'd be funny. It just backfires. Look at how accurate this is, dude. This stupid little picture. And it's like, oh, that's literally what we just went through. Oh, man. We should make like a clone of TradingView, but like whatever move happens on whatever time frame you're on, one of these memes just pops up on the chart and it can't go away. Like if that was the whole background, imagine you're trying to trade and this is just all you see. I'm sorry, that's so dumb. Nobody would use it. That's like the free version of TradingView. They're just trying to show memes. All right, Aave liquidated 450 million plus over the past 7 days, representing just 0.9% of deposits for a 50 billion plus protocol per Stani Kulachov. Very cool. Tether minted 1 billion USDT on Tron. China issues a joint 2026 regulatory notice banning RMB-linked stablecoin issuance and RWA tokenized without approval. Interesting. Big EU ministers to discuss on February 16th boosting the euro via euro-denominated stablecoins and joint EU debt per Reuters. Very cool. I think we talked about this in the past. I'm like, because stablecoins are backed by like precious metals, cryptocurrency like Bitcoin, and commercial debt. And I'm like, like commercial paper. What if the US was just like, we have, what is it, like $38 trillion in debt? We can use that to back $38 trillion in stablecoins. And then get this. Are you ready? This reveals the entire scheme of how fake money is. We use that $38 trillion in stablecoins to pay off the debt. I'm like, damn, I just figured it out. We just solved the debt crisis. We pay off the debt with the tokenized debt. And it would make that stablecoin probably worth twice as much because the debt got paid off. Let's go. Somebody get the president on the phone now. All right. Bitcoin looks great. $70,328. Completely flatlined. Stablecoin out. Very good. Gold chilling. Silver chilling. I think they're going to be chilling for the rest of the weekend. Market strategy chilling. NASDAQ 2512. S&P 6932. Very cool. Dominance 5929. Seemingly rejecting 5950. Hopefully that continues. News segment sentiments. Makim Balashevich says that strategy getting liquidated would mark Bitcoin's darkest hour, but set the stage for a new bull run. You know what would be really funny? If they were like about to be forced to sell, and then I don't know what happens in this situation. The shareholders show up and they're like, "Sailor, you have to sell your bags. It's time." And he goes, "I forgot the seed phrase." That would be so evil. He's like, "Uh-oh. Well, my seed phrase is right here," and he pulls out a piece of paper and it just disintegrates in his hands. They're like, "What was that?" He's like, "That was the only copy of the seed phrase." Damn. 88 Metals Mania said, "The leverage, more debt from stables." Exactly. Darkest hour is crazy. Yeah, dude, darkest hour is hilarious. Latest, Tether has invested in the TO network, a USDT-powered settlement platform designed to connect licensed financial institutions. Ooh, see what I mean? There's going to be an aggregate like this one day that just swaps stablecoin to stablecoin in like whatever one-to-one denominated value difference. It's going to be like Grand Central Station for stablecoins. It's going to be pretty cool. That's my belief. Bitcoin's yardstick metric hits the lowest level ever, a zone that has rarely lasted long in past cycles per Glassnode. Hell yeah. It does look like there's a lot more volatility this time around, though. You get one baby spike, maybe 3 baby spikes, 1.5 spikes, 3 big, fat, concentrated spikes right here. Look at how concentrated. That's crazy. Is that because there's so much more money? Why does it look weird? Kind of blows my mind. Bitcoin yardstick? I don't even know what the hell that means. Can you tell us what that means? Give us a little bit of context. NASDAQ listed Bit Digital discloses 155,239 ETH on its balance sheet and 344 ETH generated from staking in January. Hell yeah. Imagine just staking and earning, how much is ETH right now? 2K? 2073? Let's do some math really quick. 2073 times 344. You just earned $713,112 in a month. No biggie. It's fine. It's whatever. Big whoop. It's not a big deal. That's freaking badass. Update. After an accidental, this one's hilarious, I'm sorry, 2,000 Bitcoin airdrop, BitThumb apologizes, stating the issue was internal, not a security breach, and customer funds remain safe. They straight up gave 2,000 Bitcoin to people, and the people like insta-dumped that Bitcoin. which is freaking crazy. I would do that same thing, and it's crypto. So if they're not KYC, they might actually get away with it. I don't know. Maybe the exchange made the funds up, but 2,000 Bitcoin is freaking insane. I believe Bitcoin had a 10% wick because of this, only on the BitThumb exchange, because it was an isolated incident. Bitcoin rebounds over 10% on Friday, climbing back to 70,000. It is at $70,624 as we speak. Looking good. Insight. This one's crazy. Hype is one of the only assets that is not listed on Binance. People have been speculating that Binance is responsible for all of this, like dumpage, and it's only getting worse because stuff like this happens. Hype is literally outperforming everything right now, and it is one of the only assets not listed on Binance. That's a hell of a coincidence. Insight. Hyperliquid leads 24-hour fee volume at 5.5 million, followed by Ethereum at 3.1 million and Tron at 2.4 million. Here's my big question. What if, because it's decentralized, so couldn't Binance list Hype on its own and Hype couldn't do anything about it? Like, what if a coin gets listed on Binance against their will? Is that a possibility? That's kind of creepy to think about. 88 Metals said, JJ, you know what app would have done well in Metals hysteria? Would be a silver and gold tester app. $1 million idea. With like a little, you remember Stripe had that thing that you could plug into your headphone port to like swipe a credit card for your like business at like the farmer's market or whatever? You could have something like that plugs into your phone that tests the metal. That maybe like legit might be a $1 million idea. It's kind of genius. And then obviously there would be an app on the phone, but that would take care of the hardware issue. All you need is the interface. Whoa. We might need to do that. That's actually sick. That's a good idea for a Kickstarter. I'm going to put it down here. Not a bad idea, man. Not a bad idea. If by some miracle I end up developing that, I will contact you and we'll split it 50-50. No joke. All right. Bitcoin looking good, $70,796.45. Remember, though, never trust a weekend pump. Be wary. Obviously, it might play out, but exercise caution. If you're trying to trade, not financial advice, maybe set a trailing stop loss. You know, cover your bases, protect your ass and your balls. Latest, Sui joins ETH and Solana as Coinbase's primary protocol partner. This one was really interesting. Update, Sui Network and Coinbase team up to expand institutional and retail access via the Sui token standard. Very interesting stuff. Insight, Binance founder CZ says the best time to buy is when there is maximum FUD. I actually kind of agree with him. 88 Metals Mania said, just remember me when we make it, sir. I always say the same to you guys. Like, if any of you guys become millionaires, billionaires, don't forget about me. And I'm not asking for a handout, but I'm capable of, like, I can design, like, a pretty sick 3D landscape rendering, and I can install that shit too. So give me a call. Let me know. I got some seed money and investor friends. Nice. That would be awesome, dude. Grant Cardone says he's selling his jet as Bitcoin's price drops. Hell yeah. He's got a thick head. This dude has a thick head. He looks like he should be an MMA fighter. Big Tech is set to pour $650 billion into AI this year, spending on data centers, chips, and infrastructure per Walter B. You know, this is like everyone's scared and standoffish and stuff, but I'm quite excited actually because it feels like the goal is in front of us. We can see it. We're like, this is something that we can do. And instead of everyone being like, oh, well, how did we get there? We don't really know, like, the money. How's it going to work? They're just like, let's do it. Let's get it done. Let's spend the money. Let's put the work in. Let's build out the infrastructure and get it done. Fast. Let's go. Like, Silicon Valley has, I don't know, modernized is the right word. They have made everything very efficient, I guess is what I should say. 88 Metals Mania said, have to protect our idea. Right. For sure. I mean, it's a good thing that nobody watches the streams. Views have dropped significantly, so we only talk about it when the views are down. Cheers, guys. I appreciate you guys. Yeah, that's good coffee. It's so good. Big tech is set to. Oh, I read that already. Wow, I was excited. The U.S. Strategic Bitcoin Reserve is down nearly $5 billion since its inception as Bitcoin slides 45% from its peak. Damn. Problem is, it's still significantly higher than where the Bitcoin was when they, like, seized it. So, that's a good thing. Trump congratulates as the Dow Jones has crossed 50,000 for the first time in history. Hell yeah. Latest in 2025, Binance teams assisted in recovering 131 million in illicit assets while responding to 71,000 plus official requests. That's pretty crazy. I like that they put their head goth mommy on the picture. That's pretty cool. TechDev posted, it's time once again for Bitcoin's 2-week RSI channel. Green circles equals peak oversold bottoms. Red arrows equal max potential energy at business cycle lows. Interesting pairing we have here. Only see once before. We got green circle, peak oversold bottoms. Okay, 1, 2. There's plenty before, but the red arrow coincides with it. Max energy at business cycle lows. Ooh, that is the pandemic. That is the pandemic bottom right there. The 2020 pandemic scare sell-off, which was bought up very quickly, I might add. Let's actually go back test that on a cleaner chart because JJ, you are a messy bastard. 2020. Oh my gosh. Of course, this data's not here. Hold on. I think it's Binance. Okay. The 2020. Jesus. This is ridiculous. There we go. All right. 2020 Pico low. We've got March 9th, or the week of March 9th. And that recovery. I'm not even going to do. I'm going to do the whole thing from bottom to peak. I'm going to go from the wick as well. Recovery took approximately 56 days. So within the next 2 months, allegedly, Bitcoin might just might just be trading at 90K or higher. I'm just saying. Next 2 months, we got February, March. So by April, 90K in April maybe. I don't know, something to take into consideration. Let's go to April. I'm going to put a horizontal line on this, or vertical line. This is why my charts are so freaking messy. I'm going to go April 13th. We're going to put text on this. How do I do that, you say? There we go. Right there. Is Bitcoin 90K or higher here? That's all I'm going to put. We'll see if it happens. It'll be cool to see if it happens. Let's go back to Bitcoin regular chart on the 4-hour time frame. Zoom in here. Let's get our bounce for ants continuing here. Bitcoin currently trading at $70,600 or $723.79. Looking good. I like this. I like TechDev posts. I will say the 2-week RSI technically has not hit that lower trend line yet. It's very close. Do we have to wait for Sunday close? All right, this one's another arbitrary post that I like to read because I think they're fun. 2026 bull run pattern from him at MetaFur. 2026 bull run pattern: January dump, February lower lows, March accumulation, April Bitcoin 250K, that would be pretty sick. May alt season, June meme coins explode, July euphoria, August cycle top, September bull trap, October bear market, bookmark. I like it, and I did. See who plays out. BlackRock CEO Larry Fink quoted saying, "We're not spending enough time talking about how quickly we're going to tokenize every financial asset." I think Larry Fink sees the writing on the wall. Jamie Dimon, not so much. He's kind of a little weenie. Larry Fink, though, possibly New World Order. Mustache, long time no see. This guy makes a different prediction every single day, but it's fun to speculate. I'm not gonna flaunt him, or not gonna fault him for it. Can't believe this is happening. Even though Bitcoin is falling relentlessly, altcoins are performing better than Bitcoin. Perhaps the first signs of a real rotation. That'd be pretty crazy. We got a falling wedge breakout in 2023. Lovely. Falling wedge breakout in 2026. Lovely. We'll see what happens, especially with a potential retest. And Mickey Bull Crypto. Altcoins, interestingly, alts chart breaking out. MACD bullish confirmation also occurred. Let's freaking go. It's about damn time. See how high this bad boy goes. Crypto Guru posted altcoins are about to surprise everyone. Most panics sold the bottom. They're about to regret that mistake. Bullish acceleration is starting. Enjoy the show. Hell yeah. Michael Burry. Ouch for Michael Burry and his Molina long position. Michael Burry doubles down on Molina healthcare stock. What is the bull case for MOH here? I feel bad at this point. It seems like he's bored and he's just kind of gambling at this point. And unfortunately, he's reached like one trick pony status. I think he reached that a long time ago, but I don't know. People that insist a certain asset is going to fail and they constantly do that are just silly to me. And then like people FUD Bitcoin, they FUD it, and then it dumps from 126K down to 60K, and they're like, haha, idiots, told you. Meanwhile, they started FUDing when Bitcoin was $1,000. So it's up 60x, and they're happy that it dropped 50% from being up 126x from where they first started FUDing. I don't know, it's just silly to me. Silly stuff. People are silly. PayPal posted, or not PayPal, I'm sorry, bar chart posted. PayPal has now declined for 10 consecutive trading days, its longest losing streak since January 2022. Dang. Robert Kiyosaki says he stopped buying Bitcoin at 6K, but last July said he bought one above 117K. That's kind of embarrassing. Bar chart posted, they don't know I used to be a crypto millionaire. Good stuff, good stuff. Strategy posted, now underperforming the S&P 500. I'm sorry, bar chart posted, I did it again. Strategy now underperforming the S&P 500 SPY by the largest margin in years. How long is that going to last? I don't know, but obviously MicroStrategy is a speculative gamble, whereas the S&P 500, it is still speculative, but the average returns are pretty consistent. Corporate insiders dumped shares in January at the fastest pace in 5 years. Guess they knew. Insiders selling accelerates insiders' sale to buy ratio at the highest level in 5 years. I gotta say, I'm not gonna say that they knew that the prices were gonna come crashing down. Obviously, hindsight is 2020, but when shares go up like crazy and you're in profit, you're supposed to take profits. That's what that looks like. We're sitting here, we're like, oh, insider trading, because the price went down a little bit. But if it keeps going up, we're going to completely forget about that until it goes down again, and then we're going to go, oh, anyone that sold the top are insider trading. You know, it's like a weird jealousy mechanism in our brains. We just immediately accuse the one successful person in the room of cheating. It's kind of funny. Funny. We should want one another to succeed. I think the most successful people are the ones who want everyone to succeed. If Bitcoin were to get a 70% correction, which is less than all previous cycles, Bitcoin would plunge all the way to $38,000. That is true. And again, we don't want that to happen. We don't believe that that's going to happen, but we look at every single data point. It is a possibility. Nothing is off the table, all things considered. Less than half of the NASDAQ stocks are now trading above their 200-day moving average, the weakest market breadth since November. NASDAQ QQQ on track for its first weekly close below the 100-day moving average since May? Dang. Coffee plunges to its lowest price since August. Congrats, everyone. We did it. That's actually exciting. I'm excited for cheap, delicious coffee. Oh, we got an update to our meme. What a day for Bitcoin. Congrats, everyone. We did it. Bought, dump, pump for ants. Let's effing go. And then we got Franklin Buy. Posted, my guess is that it's not a crypto-focused trading firm, but someone large outside of crypto, likely based in Asia, with very few crypto-native counterparties, hence why no one has sniffed them out on crypto Twitter. Comfortably leveraged and market making on Binance, JPY carry trade unwind, October 10th liquidity crisis, 90-day reprieve granted, backfired, attempt to recover on gold silver trade, desperate unwind this week, a reasonable sequence of events. So this is one speculation that we really haven't seen any speculation or estimate as to what happened. This is the first really like feasible reasoning I've seen. out of anything. I think everyone yesterday was just as flabbergasted as we were. So, and like I said, it feels good when you walk in the room and you're confused, but you're like trying to hide it, and you see that everybody else is just as confused. You feel a little bit better. You're like, okay, good. I'm not stupid. I didn't miss anything. It's just no one really knows what's going on here. This is like unprecedented. So then you can panic with your bros. That's the way to do it. Anyways, Bitcoin looks good. $70,781.09. Beautiful. We got silver up 9.88. Gold up 3.99. Both looking beautiful. DXY holding above its 15-year trend line. We'll see if we collapse below that again, or if we're going to continue to the upside with Warsh, the potential hawkish Fed chair, who is anti-quantitative easing, pro-quantitative tightening. He allegedly might be okay with cutting interest rates, and he likes a strong dollar. And we've talked about this as well. With quantitative easing, that's literally just easy money for risk assets. So it's really easy to just throw money into anything and number go up because quantitative easing exists. Without that, you have to be strategic. You have to invest in things that other people are going to invest in to increase the value. There has to be a value proposition versus just, well, Daddy Warbucks, Uncle Sam is going to line my pockets because I own stocks in general. Whereas normally, the stock market that our grandparents traded in is, I bought this company because it's profitable. It has a good value proposition. Other people are going to want to buy it as well. They're going to increase their annual revenue, and the speculation is going to be positive, and I'm going to make money. That's how people normally invest. You buy things that you think are going to go up because of other people potentially buying them or from them being successful. Right now, it's we buy whatever the hell we want, throw money at anything, and because Uncle Sam's going to turn on that money printer, we're going to make money. And it's going to be really, really easy because I own stock go up versus valuable company increase. Stock, valuable company. I don't know. That's my speculation. That's my little rant for the evening. Bitcoin looks really good here. Market looks great. We got a nice recovery. Obviously, it's going to look great after it just looked like crap for forever, and we got a little bit of relief after so long without relief. So obviously, I'm aware at how two-dimensional that sounds. Portfolio update: the 1K to 10K Grok portfolio is currently down $649 or 64.9%. Solana is down $48 or 48%. Worst performers, Aptos down $82 or 82%. Jeez, that's crazy. Then we've got the meme coin portfolio down, $714 or 71.4%. Best performer here is Doge, down $116 or 58%. Worst performer is GigaChad, down $181 or 90.5%. Then we've got the narrative portfolio, my favorite, and I believe the best performer, currently down $290 or 58%. Best performer here is Tau, currently down $42 or 42%. Worst performers, Fetch, down $71 or 71%. And last but not least, we've got the knife catching portfolio, formerly known as the perfect entry portfolio. Believe it or not, we thought we were getting a great entry. But we bought the Pico top on a lot of these, unfortunately. Well, not necessarily. We definitely bought the Pico top on Avalanche. This thing's down $601 or 60.1%. Best performer here is Chainlink, down $41 or 41%. Worst performers, Avalanche, down $73 or 73%. And that is it. Ladies and gentlemen, do we have any questions in the audience? Tremor said, don't forget to like and subscribe, everyone. Yeah, guys, smash the like button. Appreciate you guys for being here. Absolute legends, every single one of you. We've been grinding. We've been climbing in subscribers, climbing in views, so you guys are doing your part. I thoroughly appreciate that. I'm going to close our poll here. We do have a nice spread. Looks like we got 12 votes. We got a little bit of a late poll this evening, so smaller polling, but we don't stop polling because that's stupid, especially when it's 15% of your data set. I asked you guys, how are you feeling? 33% of you guys said bull trap, this is a fake out. 25% of you said bullish, new highs next. 25% of you said sitting in cash waiting, and 17% said dollar cost averaging long term only. That is out of 12 votes. Tom Selleck Goat said, imagine what year it will be when that is back in profit. I mean, hopefully we're looking at 2026, 2027. But I am interested to actually track that long term, genuinely. I want to find a stock one as well so that we can build stock market portfolios just based on what people are talking about. With the stock one, I think I'm going to be a little more lenient. We're going to allow balancing, but only in some of them. I want to make one where we just buy, set it, and forget it, and one where we're allowed to balance and mess around with it. And maybe we should make a rule to where we build them both with the same assets to start, just to see, like, if we start with this and then we start with this one and this one we change in or out of a bunch of different ones. If this one performs better, then we should never have touched the other one. You know what I mean? It's gonna be interesting. I want to see if we can outperform our set it and forget it portfolio in the stock market. Cheers, guys. I want to see if we can be positive at all with a Warsh Fed share. That'll be a fun game. All right. Let's see. Bitcoin, $70,753. Let's go to liquidation heat map. Refresh. Can I go to the 12-hour? Are they actually going to make me? They're going to make me set up an account. That's crazy. All right. Let me go freaking set up an account because these bastards. Give me 1 second. Let's let you guys watch Bitcoin. 12-hour. Continue with Google. Sure. Do I really got to log in? I got to give this access to my Google account? I'll do the one that I don't really care about. All right. In order to log into CoinGlass on mobile site app, please reset your password. I don't really need to. You can go screw yourself. Now show me the thing that I wanted to look at. I was looking at Bitcoin's liquidation heat map. Bam. And we're going to the 12-hour now. Hey, all right. We're back in business, guys. We've got 88 Metals said, cheers, JJ. I think you will do better than the ones we just reviewed. LOL, 100%. The meme coin, the crypto portfolios are definitely, they're definitely out of commission for a little while. That's for sure. Got a little catching up to do. All right, we've got liquidations at 70,911. Oops. 7911. Okay, so that moved a little bit. We must have liquidated some of those guys. And then down below, come on. There we go. We've got right here 70,066. Okay, is there another one there? Oh my gosh, there is. Why is that there? Oh, did I grab the wrong one? Nope, I just moved that one. Or did I? I did. My bad. Okay. 70,066. Jesus. Yeah, I'm killing it in stocks, crypto not so much. I mean, I got lucky with my SNEC DCA. I'm not going to pretend that it was some divine, knowledge that I had. 68,254. Which I think I got lucky with SNEC in the past as well. 72,663. I like that. Let's go with that. So it's going to be interesting. I get rid of that to see how it plays out long term. Is this part of that? 64, geez. 437. Let's go back to 24. Maybe that's on the 24. Must have gone down pretty far. It is. Dang, okay. I'm gonna get rid of it. Okay. Bitcoin $70,734.76. Are we going? Don't we have a CME? Yeah, we have a CME gap, guys. There's a CME gap all the way up to $84,260 that's still in play. Never filled that bad boy. Let's see. Can I go to the daily? Yep. We got Friday close at 84,260, and then Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and we never got back to it. So we do have a CME gap hope at 84,260. Was there any news for that SNEC pump? No. There's just whales that buy. There's no news. Now, the SNEC team does have 5 million ADA, which I believe was probably worth around like $3 million at the time. That I'm assuming they stablecoined as soon as they received it. I'm pretty sure that they confirmed that in the Discord. So they have that, and that the sole purpose of that funding, obviously besides their revenue, which they already have other millions of dollars set aside from revenue, from the SNEC fund, from SNEC figures, from SNEC energy. Like, they have actual revenue, by the way. And there's burn mechanisms and stuff. I'm not just dollar cost averaging into a random meme. SNEC is one of the only memes that has actually performed for me. And it continues to perform. When I talked in the past about how I made more money in my entire life than I'd ever made when we climbed out of the bear market than during the bull market, it was with SNEC and Nike. Nike has since essentially died because that was just from a Charles mentioning pump, but SNEC is like an actual whole brand, and I'm like deeply entrenched in the community, and I kind of know what's going on there. What's the token do? Well, there's a burn mechanism that burns the SNEC from all the revenue. So the revenue gets turned into SNEC, which increases the value, and then a portion of it, there's 7 burn mechanisms. Is there 7? I think there's 7. Yeah, I believe there's 7 burn mechanisms that burn the supply, which supply demand increases the value. They're getting ready to release a whole toy collection. If you want, I can get into it. I have so much cool shit I can show you. Hold on, I'm gonna go down here for a second. Okay, hang on. I'm still here. I have, and I swear to God, I'm not sponsored. I spent all my money on this. Not all my money. I've spent my own money on this, I should say. I have several cases of SNEC energy. This is a real energy drink. It's freaking delicious. I also have some. This is the special edition Year of the Snake print. I have the first edition cans as well because I am a diehard SNEC guy. But yeah, the token, you just get a portion of the profits that they make from all their revenue streams. I also have this one. This is the holy grail of my collection. A SNEC figure. This box is as big as my head. This is one of 500. Unfortunately, I did not get. I should have bought the 3-pack. It was a 3-pack. Look how excited he is. I'm excited. No one's ever asked about these things before. I've never really had a reason to show them off besides in my selfies. I have a certificate of authenticity that it came with a handwritten number 176 of 551. Oh, so there's 551, my bad. And then, tell us how you really feel about. I'm a diehard SNEC guy. This is one of the. Now, no other coins have products, and I've said this 1,000 times. I'm like, man, if these coins had merch, I would buy it. I would buy a Cardano shirt, you know. If I was into it at the time when the phone came out, I 1,000% would have bought a Solana phone. But SNEC, they do. So what's cool about all of this? What's one of them cost? This was $200. This SNEC figure, and it was hand painted, entirely hand painted. This is, I think it's vinyl. My friend bought all 8, 1,400. That's so sick, dude. Oh my God, I was thinking about it, dude. I was so thinking about it. They need some SNEC Lego. Dude, a SNEC Lego would be freaking awesome. I was thinking about the big pack. I should have got the 3-pack, dude. But here's my snack figure. He's holding the green candle. He's got the pipe. The pipe stays lit. He's pretty epic. Like I said, all hand painted. Very freaking cool. This is the first time that I've really like taken him out. But he will live in the box because I'm one of those guys. Until I own a home, then I will find a nice place on a shelf for him. But for now, he's gonna live in his little box that he came in. Very, very intricate packaging. Let me show you guys. The packaging is just as impressive as the figure itself. He's inside of this crazy thing. And I close him up. And I'm gonna put him back in the box. It is such good quality, dude. One of my buddies was trying to talk crap. He's like, what is that 3D printed made in China? And I was like, no, actually, it's like hand poured vinyl. And they're all designed by Victor War, who also designed the what is it called? He designed Sneckies. They are numbered. Yes, mine is 176, I think I read. He designed Sneckies, which I do own Sneckies, which also they mine cryptocurrency and convert that to Sneck, which is another one of the revenue streams, but that's not part of the burn mechanisms. That's just a bonus. My Sneckies actually built a very large portion of my Sneck bag back in the day when Sneck was really, really cheap. Fitting he's phallic shaped. Oh, 100%. So what was I getting at? I was talking about everything. Victor War. Sneckified was a whole movement that they had going on X, and they were sneckifying people that were part of the community. And Victor obviously is the artist, and he also redesigned the logo for them and stuff that they just recently did. But yours truly has been sneckified, which is my profile picture on X, which I'm having trouble finding for some reason. Hang on. JJ, where is it? I have it somewhere in here. I suppose I could just go to my X account. I don't know where I put it. Is it in here? Yes, it is. Okay, I found it. So this is literally me. This is one of my selfies because I don't know if you guys know this, but I've been taking a selfie every single day for over 420 days now. And the whole idea was to take a selfie every day until Cardano hit all-time highs. And it was supposed to hit all-time highs. So I'm well past a year now on my journey of daily selfies. What cracks me up is people are like, that's so crazy, dude. You're busting your ass taking those selfies every day. And I'm like, I'm just taking a picture of my face. Like, it sucks that I have to do it for forever now, but it's fun. You know, it's not like I'm like, oh, I'm working so hard to take these selfies. So, I don't know. It's fun, though. It's fun. Crypto Gamer said, oh, I follow you on X. Nice. Carl Sari said, thought of 59K and $1 XRP. I actually like those. I love those. So I guess my thought of 59K is obviously not financial advice. If I was thinking about it for myself, I would think to myself, what are you waiting for, JJ? Why can't you buy it at 60K? Why do you have to wait for 59? What's that difference there? Because what if it gets front ran? Because we hit 60. We wicked down to 60. 59K, right? I'm going to go 58,953. That is less than 2%. Less than 2% difference between 59 and 60. So maybe if I'm planning ahead, I would front run myself and set buyers at, I would ladder buys down actually. I would probably go 61, 62, 63, and then 59 and 60. So every 1K, whatever. Obviously not financial advice. And then $1 XRP. If we are going to go lower, see again, what are you waiting for? And this is me talking to myself at this point. If I was looking at $1 XRP, I would ask myself, what am I waiting for? Why can't I buy? Obviously, $1.10 is 10% higher, so that's significantly higher. but front run it maybe a little bit. I would do 1.02 or 1. Yeah, 1.02, 1.04, 1.06. You know, I would ladder down, and maybe I would set like a big buy at $1 just in case it got down there. But it's a psychological level. It's going to be heavily defended probably. We might blow right past it for all I know. But $1 for XRP specifically is going to be, that's a big level. And, you know, they tried to send it down there right now, and it got scooped right back up. Big wicks. Couldn't even really sustain any level below 120. So you see the strength there. Obviously, that's not to say that it's never going to go lower than that, but if it does, it's a good opportunity, in my opinion, based on current price. All right, Bitcoin up 0.07% on the day. ETH up 0.54. We're looking a little bit green. We talked about it again as well. CME gap up at $84,260. Looking good. Yeah, I don't know. ADA 2753 down 0.33. SNEC up 2.41, currently trading at 0.0006667. Midnight up 1.14%, currently trading at 0.054331. I don't know how I feel about Midnight. I don't have anything against it. I'm a little bummed that it almost got back to its launch price. And maybe if you're trying to make the argument that it launched way the heck down here and pumped like crazy, that's cool. But I'm not a fan of when something pumps like crazy and then it just slowly goes all the way back down to its launch price. Where's the strength, you know? Where are the buys? Where are the bullish? Where are the bulls? You know, where's the community stepping in being like, we're going to defend this price level because we think it's worth more than this? Still on weak edible. I actually haven't taken an edible today. So I bought new edibles today. I'm kind of scared because the guy talked me into... So I bought my normal ones that I microdose, like a little weenie. And then he's like, these ones are for energy. It's a different... It's THCV. And I was like, oh, that sounds kind of sick. So I'm scared to try those, but I do have those as well. If I do take those, I will inform you guys. There will be a disclaimer. Because I don't know, am I going to be a completely different person? Maybe I'm going to be like, oh, gosh, today we're going to talk about cryptocurrency, we're going to talk about stock market, we're going to talk about SNEC, we're going to talk about SNEC energy, we're going to talk about THCV. I'm a THC maxi now, and we're going all in on marijuana producers in the stock market. Let's go. You know, I don't know if it's going to make me a completely different person. I didn't know that there was other types of THC. So that's going to be a journey. Crypto Gamer said, did you get some limited year of SNEC energy cans? Yes, I absolutely did, my friend. I have 2 cases left of the SNEC energy Year of the Snake edition. And right there. Hold on, let me make it big for you. I'm not going to flip it, though. You can flip it if you want. It's got the special Year of the SNEC Yacht 2025. Pretty cool stuff, even though the Year of the SNEC sucked for the price. I actually have it marked on the chart. The Year of the SNEC was a net negative. That's for sure. What if I said I would tip to see that? Well, you might get to. You're probably going to get to. I also have my first edition, which these are on my special made. Who said Tom Selleck's goat was like, look how excited he is. Was that you? I got my SNEC energy belt. Oh. We don't mess around when it comes to our SNEC energy. I also have this is out of control, guys. What have you done? I also have. Are you ready? I'm gonna make the camera bigger. Are you ready? Prepare yourselves. Are you ready? I have a SNEC energy crossbow. Let's get this SNEC in. Hang on. I'm getting in character. Belt is not gay. It's not gay. It's the Year of the Snake. Get in. I hope I'm on someone's TV right now and their wife walks in and they're like, what are you watching? 88 Malmason, stop. Is this real life? Listen, I don't make these for myself. These are for my selfies. I literally just said I don't make them for myself, and a selfie literally has the word self in it. What if I said, now I know why you can't afford a house? I spent all my money on duct tape. Just to be fair, this belt is from middle school. And it's like faux leather. Oh, man. Good times, good times. See, you eventually run out of stuff to take pictures of when you're taking daily selfies. So it is a little bit of a struggle. So when people are like, oh my gosh, dude, I have so much respect for you taking a selfie every day. You're a legend. I mean, I'm not going to tell them that I'm not. Oh, man. Fun times, fun times. Did I show you guys my cardboard cutouts as well? Should I show you my cardboard cutouts? 88 Metals Mania said, good shit, man. Alright, these are my cardboard cutouts for my selfies. Are you ready? We have Small Cat. This is one of my favorite meme coins on Cardano. You guys are watching me mentally devolve. We have Charles, another one of my favorite meme coins on Cardano. Charles, a friggin' legend. We have Dong, possibly the greatest meme coin on Cardano besides Snek. Big Dong guy. Love Dong. My best friends are the devs of Dong, so there is some affiliation there. Apologize. And we have, obviously, Snek. That's it. Butterfly said JJ's legend takes effort and balls to get on camera. Oh, man. Butterfly used to think I was a sexy Italian woman. Once upon a time. Oh. Fun times, fun times. I think that's my entire collection. I showed you guys all my fun shit. Now, when Snek does... Tom Sellerscoat said, this conversation is such a perfect representation of the market currently. I will say, I do genuinely, I feel like a little kid showing, like, my aunt and uncle are coming over. Like, the whole family's coming over for, like, Thanksgiving or something. And it's, like, their first time being over since I, like, got some sick Lego set for, like, my birthday or something. And I'm like, come look at my cool stuff. And I'm like, check all this shit out. Oh, man. It's fun, though. It's fun. It really is. It is a lot of fun. I appreciate you guys. And I appreciate crypto, man. Crypto, regardless of the state of the market, it has changed my life for the better. Before crypto, I had no savings. I was living paycheck to paycheck, not even out of necessity. I was just stupid with my money. So 88 Metals Mania said, man, all I asked is, what does the token do? You just found out the token hypnotizes idiots into making literally everything possible to pump the bags. Gourmet Brand said, all right, guys, gotta run. I enjoy the game Sunday. If you don't, I butchered that. I'm sorry. Enjoy the game Sunday. If I don't see you until then, take it easy, Gourmet Brands. I appreciate you. Cheers, my friend. Happy Friday. I will be here Saturday and Sunday. I'm going to try to schedule, I guess, around the game, maybe? I don't know. I feel like I streamed during the Super Bowl last year, and it sucked because nobody showed up. Not that I don't, I'm not going to be like, oh, you guys watch the Super Bowl instead of me? No shit. Tom Sellerscoat said, once you get him going, there's no stopping. Snek is in his veins. I mean, like I said, it's one of two bags that made me a ridiculously large sum of money. So I am incredibly biased. I fully recognize that. But I made money on Cardano as well. And I'm aware that Cardano kind of sucks ass from an investment standpoint. I don't feel that way about Snek. I feel like the team behind Snek is legendary, and I do believe in them. What if I said I will not watch you Sunday, JJ? That's totally fair. Respect it. I respect it. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's selfie life, though. Now I'm trying to think what other Snek stuff I could get my hands on. I feel like I don't have enough. Oh, the addiction is real. They are coming out with collectibles, which I will be purchasing, probably multiple of. So I'm very excited for that. I'm going to try to get a hold of Goofy and Ramy and maybe... Oh, God, I forgot the other guy's name. This is so messed up. Why don't I remember his name? Rafa. And see if I can get him on for an interview. Is that Snek chapsticks? No, that's just regular chapstick. It's actually O'Keefe's, which this I'm 100% addicted to. Chapstick. I think it's a a oral fixation. I used to smoke cigarettes. I would smoke a lot of cigarettes. And then I got into crypto and I was like, if I didn't smoke cigarettes, I would have a lot more money for crypto. But then I didn't give a shit. So I kept smoking cigarettes. And eventually, I started vaping because it was way cheaper. I was like, all right, sick. And then the vaping got gross and I was like, I'm going to start smoking cigarettes again. I tried it. It's tasted like shit. The vape still tasted like shit. So then I was like, screw it. I'm going to quit. I've been cigarette free going on, I think in April it will be 3 years. Will it be 3 years in April? Wow. I think it'll be 3 years in April. Maybe 2. I don't remember. 2 or 3 years. Ridiculously large sum of money that I've saved from that alone. That was pretty sick. So, needless to say, the chapstick, probably a symptom of that. Do you have the stickers? Well, let me show you. I'm going to go behind my curtain right here. Give me a moment. Do I have the stickers, he asks. That is an excellent question, which I will answer soon. I will answer right now. I am back. All right. Show us the snack tat. So I have vowed to get a snack tattoo if snack results in me being able to buy a house. So first, what are you guys doing to me, man? Did you guys plan this? First, we do, of course, have the dong stickers. The dong Julio, of course, got to represent. And then I have snack, and snack. We don't play. Tom Selleck Scott said, vaping helped me quit in the same way, but I vaped for like a year first. Yeah, same. I was vaping, what is it called? I don't even remember the brand. Breeze Menthol. I smoked Newport 100 menthols for 15 years. And yeah, I'm 32, going on 33. I think I quit before my 30th birthday. So I think I am going on 3 years. Metals Mania said they need to release some snack playing cards. Ooh, that would be sick. So what's cool about that? Oh yeah, that's what I was going to explain earlier. So the snack team is not 100% behind like snack energy and snack figures. It's the community. So the snack team goes, like, the community will put forth ideas. They'll be like, I can do energy drinks. I make energy drinks and blah, blah, blah. And then the snack team will meet with them. And they're like, yeah, but, you know, part of our IP agreement, because they own the intellectual property for snack, is you have to take like 5% or 10% of sales and buy snack and burn it or whatever. Maybe send it to the treasury. And not to fuel the fire. And that's so Snack Energy is a community project. Snack Figures is a community project. Snack Stickers, Stick a Snack, that's a community project. These were free, by the way. The snack stickers, completely free, which is pretty sick. You're still on? Yes, I am. Wait, they got me talking about snack, man. They got me talking about snack. I've been on for 2 hours talking about snack. 2 hours and 30 minutes. They were like, what is all this snack stuff? They didn't even ask me, actually. They didn't ask me any of this stuff, but I was like, let me show you everything snack that I have. We should come up with a snack product to pitch them on. Sounds cool. I mean, yeah, 100%. The community, dude. The community's behind it for sure. Like I said, the snack figure cost me $200. There was zero hesitation. I bought that immediately. I've spent that much money on something before in my life once, and it was a pre-order for like the highest tier edition of The Last of Us 2. It was, I think, $300 something. I got a big ass statue, really cool, steelbook and all that stuff, collectibles, pins and shit. The game's story was incredibly underwhelming. Very pissed off about the story, but the product is beautiful. And the gameplay is awesome. Where's your statue? I want to see it. It's put back away now. I will show you the box, and if you want to actually see it out of the box, you can go back in the stream. Probably about 20 minutes. This is the figure, and it's the robed one. I'll take it out again. I'm just gonna take it out again. What are you guys doing to me, man? All right. And this was like imported. Did I pay in snack? I think I might have. I don't. Maybe not. I don't remember. Okay. I thought I was gonna sell out too fast. I was at work. I was literally at work, and I did it on my phone. And I called my fiance. No, my fiance did it from home. I called her. I was like, I need you to do this, this, and this, and then like walked her through it. We like planned ahead of time. I was like, this is gonna happen while I'm at work. I need you to do this for me. All right. Here's a box. Actually, let me go big screen again. You guys are making me do all this cool shit. Big screen. Sign up for Kalshi if you want. Use my affiliate link in the description. When you trade with $25 or more, we both receive $25 in non-withdrawable site credit. Ton of fun, but it is gambling, so treat it as such. This is the box, Snack Figures box, all designed by Victor War and the team at Snack Figures. Very cool. Here's all their signatures and stuff. It says, JJ is a badass. You should subscribe and smash the like button and tune in every single day. What do you know? I didn't know it said that. There's a little game, like a cereal box. This is an unboxing. This is the second unboxing. Are you ready? Yeah, it doesn't look as good as I wanted it to. Okay, ready? We're going to pull it out of here. We go ASMR. ASMR bag. And here she is. I'm losing my voice. Pipe stays lit. He's got a candle, green candle, of course. All hand painted. Hand airbrushed, I should say. But it's vinyl. Oh. There's what his bottom looks like. There's what the top looks like. I don't know. Cool shit. Cool shit. Worth every penny. Especially now that I've shown it off twice. How hydrated are you? It's impressive. I'm incredibly hydrated. Got the coffee. Coffee's delicious. Have not ingested any edible today, which is weird because I feel like I have edible energy. Is that weird? And it is number 176 of 551. Cool, cool, cool. And then we're going to go back to the main screen. I might have to deactivate my webcam and bring it back up because it looks a little crappy right now. Thought you weren't going to bring it out? I mean, I said I wasn't going to, and then I did. I'm not going to not use the opportunity. Looks like a penis. Tom Selleck's goat has a very jacked up view of what a penis looks like. I feel bad for him because his penis is shaped like a weird robed snake thing. Alright. This has been a fun stream. It's Friday as well, which is pretty cool, which means we get to do this again tomorrow and Sunday and every single day because we stream every single day. 7 days a week. So make sure you guys smash the like button and subscribe. You should auction it off. Hell no. This is my only one. Maybe I'll buy more and auction those off. I'm not auctioning that off. I think I'm going to raffle off some Pokemon cards. I got a big fat brick of Pokemon cards. This is... Waterfly said, I see now why you can't afford a house. I'm sitting here with a shit ton of Pokemon cards. Freaking $200 vinyl figure of a snake from a meme coin. Bunch of cases of energy drink. Yeah, that's reasonable. I mean, they've technically paid for themselves because of the meme coin. And the beautiful, look at this. It's already up 4% today. Are you freaking kidding me? Come on. Oh, beautiful. Guys, not financial advice. I'm feeling a little optimistic today. Weirdly. Obviously, I'm just in a good mood. We'll see where the market goes. I'm not going to say it's going to go up. I would like for it to go up, but we're going to exercise caution and make sure that we got our butts covered because this could all come crashing down come Monday. But again, we're going to have a CME gap down here. I would not be surprised if we went up here, filled that one, and then maybe came back down here to fill this one. And then maybe from there, we could either go up or down. That would be max pain right there. People that long here, we go down further. Or people that short here and we go up further. Definitely a lot of money to be made, a lot of liquidity to be fooled. Blockchain Bruce said, you want to buy any OG unopened packs I have? Maybe. DM me. DM me on Discord. I have all my OG cards. They're actually outperforming every single investment that I've ever owned, which is crazy. CME gap won't fill until next cycle. I don't know. 84,260 seems like a reasonable. I feel like that'll fill easy. It's only 18% pump. That's nothing. Suckers rally will fail like the others. It might. It might. Just might. Cheers, guys. Happy Friday. You guys got me talking about everything. Is that a trick question? All right. We went through all the news and everything, man. There's nothing really else to talk about. Chilling. Is that a trick question? Now let's bet some Pokemon on it. I'm not betting my Pokemon. If I'm doing anything with my Pokemon, it's going to be a raffle. Let's see, let's see. Yeah, nothing else going on, man. Nothing else going on. Quiet little Friday. What you sipping on? Coffee. Delicious coffee. French roast, specifically. You would be a fun person to chill with. I do enjoy to chill. I do enjoy a good chill from time to time. All right. ETH up 1.34, outperforming Bitcoin. Dominance struggling. Carl Siri said, top piece of news today. Ooh, that's a good question. Let's see. Today, I don't know about today specifically. There's speculation that a potential Asian hedge fund that's very unaffiliated with crypto got kind of screwed during some crazy like trade situation. This is the theory right here. This is the main theory that I've seen. Coffee, you'll be able to sleep. Oh yes, I don't know, high tolerance for caffeine. I also don't go to bed until way later. Like 3 a.m. is like my bedtime during the week as well. I should probably get a handle on my sleep schedule, but I can do what I want. Okay. This is what we've speculated, just based on the ideas. No one's really put forth a decent idea except for this guy that I've seen. This guy said, my guess is that it's not a crypto-focused trading firm, but someone large outside of crypto, likely based in Asia, with very few crypto-native counterparties. Hence why no one has sniffed them out on crypto Twitter. Comfortably leveraged and market making on Binance. JPY carry trade unwind. October 10th liquidity crisis. 90-day reprieve granted. Backfired attempt to recover on gold and silver trade. Desperate unwind this week. A reasonable sequence of events. So basically, someone probably got screwed chasing the hype in basically every single market. And that resulted in a huge sell-off of the Ourbit ETF. Allegedly. It's all just a theory. This is the most feasible one that I've seen, though. This is the only one that I've seen, really. Blockchain Bruce said, did you watch the Trump video? You don't go to bed until you wake up. You don't go to bed until you wake up? What? That's like philosophy right there. You don't go to bed until you wake up. Like, psychologically, you're like, your third eye opens up and you're like, I can sleep. The Trump video, I don't think so. Unless you're talking about the one that he posted that was racist. Which is crazy. It's crazy that we have a president sharing memes and then he's like, oops, uh-oh, my bad, I didn't realize that was, like, really inappropriate, could be seen in a negative light. Oh, man. The internet is a wild place, man. I've been saying it for a long time, how funny would it be? I bet you we could pay off our national debt within a year if we put reality TV crew in the White House. Did I watch it? No. No, I did not. I just saw people posting about it. The news, people were like, Donald Trump did this. Yeah, ETH looks good here. Nice little bounce. Strategy. Yeah, there's really no crazy news. Oh, the Dow hit 50K for the first time. That's pretty crazy. He blamed his staff. I did, yeah. I saw that he blamed his staff. Yeah, that's, I mean, plausible deniability. You know, I think that Trump is sitting there posting memes all the time on his Truth Social? No, but I do think that he writes posts for Truth Social all the time. All right. U.S. Strategic Bitcoin Reserve is down. Blah blah blah. You have to. It's less racist than I don't know if it can be less racist than it looked. I saw a clip of it being a full video, but I think it's just as bad no matter what way you try to frame it. It's still crazy. I don't think it's gonna make a difference, but it's still a crazy thing to happen at all somehow. That's a crazy thing to happen. It's almost as bad as like Department of Homeland Security being like, check out this crazy video with the meme, and then there's a celebrity in the video, and that celebrity's like, I didn't. Why are you guys using my video? Like, our government has just become a YouTuber, which is hilarious. They're getting like copyright strikes and shit. It's a Wild West, man. It's a Wild West. It's a fun time. Fun time to be alive. Yeah, no crazy news. No crazy news. This one was kind of cool. EU ministers to discuss on February 16th boosting the euro via euro-denominated stablecoins and joint EU debt. So everyone's kind of getting on board. China issues a joint 2026 regulatory notice banning RMB-linked stablecoin issuance and RWA tokenization without approval. Crypto Gamers said, take care, fellow snackhead. I'm out for the night. Take it easy, my friend. Appreciate you for stopping by. Cheers. We will be on tomorrow. So happy Friday. Enjoy your weekend. Tether minting a bunch of stablecoins, USDC minting. Inflation looks good. I guess the main news event is that the market recovered tremendously. The question is, though, why did it drop in the first place? We still don't have an answer. Like, it was like crypto obviously had a huge sell-off, so that's a big cause for concern. But there's no answer for the broader market. Really dumped, man. Like the entire market's been kind of in shambles for a while now. A couple, maybe even a full week at this point. So it's definitely out there. This one was a fun theory. Trump and CZ kind of in cahoots, and then Trump's going to roll out massive stimulus checks. Market's going to do a crazy 180. Bitcoin's going to blast past all-time high. And midterms are won by the right. Again, all speculation, just a theory. But we like to look at all sides of the aisle, all theories. There's no such thing as a bad idea. I suppose I'm going to call it an evening, guys. Lovely evening, of course. Appreciate you guys looking at my snack stuff. That was fun. As always, when the market starts to do anything crazy, I will hop back on. Otherwise, I will see you all tomorrow. Don't forget to smash the like button on your way out. Happy Friday, and good night.